All right. What's good, everybody? What is good? Welcome, of course, to another episode of the D.B.D, the Drop By Discussions. I, of course, am your host, co-host, of course, with I'm Wrestler, and of course, I'm with.
OG Dirty.
Yeah, we're doing it today. So I wonder what good stuff we're gonna be having over on these YouTube streets. I know we got a few things we're gonna be kicking out with you guys as you pour into the building. Do us a favor and hit the like button, especially if you catch it on the replay, guys. How you feeling so far today, OG?
Man, had a nice show earlier, man. Hey, ready to have these discussions.
Nice, nice. All right, all right. And once again, guys, if you come in, just do us a favor and please hit that like button because the likes is free, man. The likes is free. We already have Will that walked up in the building, the Cellulite Podcast. If you didn't know, please check out the Cellulite Podcast. He does his thing over there. Uncle Tom walked in as well. Salute to Uncle Tom.
Dropping the link right now. It will be pinned to our channel. If you guys want to come up, join the discussion, to hit that link, come on up. You know what I'm saying? Join the festivities. Appreciate you, John the Baptist, in the building.
All right, so let's get a little bit more of the revolutionary stuff out the way in case you didn't know. I don't know if many people know about this, but when we talk about the things that are changing over in the world when it comes to technology, Elon Musk is yet doing it again with his Tesla company. Got the
That's a
freaking
fact.
Tesla box. The Tesla box is the Optimus 2. Actually, they finished up, and now they're already going for production for Optimus 3. This is crazy. Let's check out what some of the stuff this thing can do.
The Optimus robot is Tesla's boldest gamble, and Elon Musk is betting Tesla's future on his humanoid robot. If it fails, the $25 trillion figure he mentioned will ultimately be nothing more than a colossal exaggeration in the tech industry. Therefore, not stopping at Gen 2, the Tesla CEO has officially confirmed that Optimus Gen 3 will arrive at the end of this year. This might be the final version, as everything is expected to be astonishingly complete. As confirmed by Musk, he wrote on X the new Optimus design, which will be completed later this year, is something special. In June, Tesla shared some updates on Optimus and the milestones the humanoid robot has achieved over the past year. According to Tesla, Optimus has undergone 3 major design revisions. The humanoid robot's hand has been revised 4 times in the past 2 years, but that's not where Tesla has planned for their robot. There's another generation coming still, and it wouldn't be wrong to say that it's the Optimus Gen 3. So, what does the Optimus Gen 3 have? For starters, number 1, a better design. Let's start with the changes Elon mentioned, specifically design. As we all can see, the current Optimus Gen 2 features a design, size, and aesthetic that are arguably the best and most attractive on the market. Tesla shared that they aim to build their robot to resemble humans as closely as possible, despite this approach being far more challenging than creating a less human-like robot. Looking back at the current version specifications, with a height of 5 foot 10 inches, a weight of 138 pounds or 68 kilos, and hands with 5 fingers, and along with necks that can rotate left and right thanks to the 2 degrees of freedom setup, and feet.
Let me hear this right. Let me just hear this right. The robot's about to be 5'10".
That's what they said. 100 and what?
Jeez, that is crazy. This is a damn shame.
Now the crazy part about that is 130 something to I don't know if it's at 138 or 183. I just know most human beings can't lift that.
No, they cannot.
That's the fucked up part. You can barely beat up a regular human. What you gonna do with this robot? That don't make no sense. Elon off the chain for this.
Strong.
You hear me out here bullying people and shit, bro. And they got their own mind. And it's probably see this. So Reza, let me ask you a question, bro. These robots that Elon Musk is making, even this Gen 3 that they got coming out, sir. The question I got for you is, the Gen 3 gonna be smarter or able to comprehend better than a human than what we got out here right now? Just the young folks. I ain't talking about us people. By the time this is in the house and doing what everyday personal robot, I think that's gonna be later on. We probably be a little bit older by that time. But the younger people, do you think they're gonna be smarter than these robots in the rate that we're going?
Probably will, to be honest with you. They probably will. Uh, because quite frankly, the way how they're setting these robots up now are going to be able to just try to basically predict what you want just by looking at your behavior. So by the time it even gets to the level where the younger people are coming up, it's going to be a wrap. It's going to be a wrap. Listen,
If it get that sophisticated, bro, to where it can look at you and tell you, oh yeah, them motherfuckers gonna be stupid.
listen, the range of motion that they already mentioned for like the hands, they can already do most of our jobs. They can type, they can do all that shit. It's crazy. I wonder if they're gonna show it, but I think there was one point where it was cooking food. It was cooking food. We already got a whole bunch of people that cannot cook these days, and this
That's
thing was
fact.
making food, preparing actual dishes. We ain't talking about no hot pockets. We talking about some real food. It's
I
crazy.
seen people burn hot pockets, bro.
Oh
Crazy shit
my
in my life, bro.
gosh.
Yes, bro. Burnt the hot pocket. How the fuck the hot pocket get burnt? It's
Jeez.
on the motherfucker. How about that?
That's crazy. All right, well, let's see what happens.
That touch the ground and can lift up and maintain balance no less than humans, plus a current speed reaching 1.34 miles an hour or 0.6 meters a second. But it's not too slow, considering the average speed of humans is 2 to 3 miles an hour. And, of course, it's going to get faster over time. It's clear to see that the designs of the Tesla Optimus robot gives it many advantages related to the number of tasks it can perform, as well as stable operating performance. However, with Optimus Gen 3, or the next generation robot, the design will undoubtedly be optimized further. From the perspective of a team that has observed Optimus for a considerable time, several changes are bound to happen. First, it's impossible not to mention the addition and improvement of new materials for Optimus. To better illustrate what we're describing, you can clearly see the most noticeable changes when comparing the overall look of Tesla Bot Gen 1 with Gen 2, despite only about 10 months apart. The differences in the level of design refinement are quite pronounced. While the Gen 1 generation was like a pile of metal accompanied by many exposed wires, which looked quite unsightly, unsafe, and heavy, entering the new Gen 2 generation, the Tesla robot seemed to have changed 180 degrees in design with a completion rate of up to 80%, no longer revealing the metal frames, tangled wire, and crude design. This update is a stepping stone for Optimus to enter the top of the most beautiful humanoid robots. Therefore, the new design from Optimus Gen 3 will continue to optimize weight, which we can confidently assert. Currently, the metal and plastic ratio on Tesla's Optimus is pretty balanced, around 50-50. However, Tesla can start reducing the proportion of metal, especially aluminum alloys, to lower levels in the skeletal frames. In addition, instead of opting for ordinary plastics that are unimpressive, Tesla could shift to using carbon fiber or polycarbonate. These materials are extremely lightweight and durable, resistant to scratches when Optimus encounters complex environments with many machines and sharp objects. Of course, increasing the layer of external plastic, such as in the robot's wrists, needs to be more tightly sealed. The weight will also be reduced as the internal wiring of the Optimus will be seamlessly connected to reduce the number of unnecessary wires. Tesla will certainly not overlook any upgrades to each part of Optimus, especially since it hasn't received much investment in its current version. With a new design, we think Tesla could focus more on Optimus's display. What do you think if Tesla Bot Next Gen had an emotional status display on its rather empty head section? An electronic screen allowing Optimus to show icons like your Wi-Fi connection, Bluetooth, battery status notifications. It could also display the progress of tasks being performed through the screen. We believe this could happen since currently the inside of the head isn't fully optimized with only a 2D camera inside. With the next generation that Musk mentioned integrating a variety of LED colors and a display screen on the head, it'll make...
So this nigga put the same dash, nigga, that he got in the Y on the front of the face of a goddamn robot.
Pretty much.
That's
Pretty much.
crazy. The same technology he got in his cars, he put in a goddamn robot. Elon is off the chain.
Mayo, what's good, man?
It's good.
What's
with
up,
you,
gentlemen? How you doing?
Sitting up here looking at these robots take over the world.
Yes, sir. They will. I keep thinking of Terminator movies.
That's a fact. Same question I had for Resla. I'm gonna ask you, Mayo. Do you think that these robots, by the way that Elon is programming them, do you think they're going to be smarter than the humans that they're going to be helping in the future?
They will be more logical.
Okay.
Than humans,
Sir.
Which will lead to horrible outcomes.
Well, for us, yes.
Yeah.
The future is binary, ones and zeros.
Yeah. Because the only way to save the planet is to kill the parasite that lives on it. And we are that parasite.
And then me and Reza looked at how much that thing weighed. Most people in the world, me and Reza was saying that they can't even lift that type of weight. That machine gonna whip their ass.
Yeah, there's no abusing your machine. There's no abuse.
No, look at that robot dog. Remember that was that Black Mirror episode with the robot dog?
Oh yeah, that nigga do backflips and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got somebody, somebody in the back as well. Hold on.
Yep.
John the Baptist, what's going on?
What up?
Looking at these new technologies, sir.
Scary. I Robot, Will Smith.
Yep. Good movie.
So now the young women in the street who don't have any older siblings won't have to say, wait till I get my older brother. They don't need to. Wait till I get my robot.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna come to the fact, bro. Nigga, robots, don't let them protect you. Motherfuckers might start fighting each other like real steel.
Chase you down, never running out of oxygen.
Yep.
You're
going to have to run till their batteries run out. And you're going to run out first. And they're going to be solar powered.
Oh,
yeah, that's a fact.
That's the sad part. According to how Tesla made it, it only takes five minutes on a supercharge to do all day's work.
But check out the. I don't think y'all peeped out the game though. That nigga said a human being walks at the rate of 3-point-something miles, right?
Yep.
He said this goddamn robot walk at the mile power of 1-point-something, right? Who that remind you of?
Zombies, sir.
And who else? No, it's really somebody. They made several characters after this nigga. Who does that?
Jason.
Exactly.
Michael Myers.
Exactly.
Yep.
Niggas don't run for shit. Niggas walk at 1.3 something, and the people never get away from him. That's crazy.
Yep. Because he never stops.
That's a fact.
Damn. That's it. Somebody's gonna set up the robots to be killers.
That's a fact.
Oh, it won't be long for some.
And they all gonna be networked. You know, so they're gonna head you off, triangulate your location.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Shit, by the end, shit, they keep on putting all these. They're gonna find another liquid to put inside the actuator. That nigga gonna be able to bust down some walls. I'm telling you.
So here's what's gonna happen. Someone's gonna be that person, gonna be an asshole, and they're gonna download all the murder movies, dress their robot up, and let it loose.
Well, shit, they already putting the mesh on the nigga. They already took the what you call it, whatever they had on them. They said they just put the mesh on them. They going to mesh, so you know the next thing they're gonna do is infuse that with some. They're gonna infuse that mesh with some type of plastic, Mayo. It's already cut resistant. You can't cut it. That's what they just got through saying.
The polycarbonate that they're using, all they gotta do is just cover it with Kevlar.
That's what I was about to say. Now that motherfucker bulletproof.
Yep.
That's it.
You're gonna have to have a 50 cal.
Because you know that's what you're gonna have to aim for. You're gonna have to aim for the pieces that make the arms and shit move. So you need to aim for the joints. trying to go for the hard pieces that they got there. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Sir, that thing
Yeah.
is going to be fully covered.
That's what I'm saying. What we gonna do about that wrestle? We
Full,
can't do nothing but
full
lose.
body armor, and it can support the weight.
Yeah, lift you in your car up.
That's it. And this is also coming from the man that said he was worried about AI.
Yeah, no shit. And he's putting AIs in people's brains.
Oh,
That's
listen,
great.
no, already successful, by the way. They're about to run trial 2. The second person.
So is
First
this
one already
progress?
passed.
So is this progress gonna be good for us or bad for us?
I mean, we'll probably pass before it gets to the worst.
Oh yeah, we'll be long gone.
Hey,
But is it gonna be good for society or bad for society?
Depends on if they decide to want to take action.
Oh, they will. It's only logical.
Because I don't know, you'll get those that want to take action, and then you'll get those that they don't want to, because you know why? My robot loves me. No one else loves me.
now that's a fact. But you think about it though, what we seen earlier, Mayo, this is a good solution for that. But I doubt if they ever use it for that. Think about somebody, bro, who's unbearing, person who has mental problems, person who can't really make a decision like that, or either making bad decisions. But get them niggas a motherfucking robot. The robot, they can't beat that robot up. They're gonna try, but they didn't fortify that robot. You can knock the motherfuckers over, they pop right back up.
Well, not even that, OG. Like, just look at the people. Just think about the people now. People online, the people that are antisocial, the people that worry about getting bullied, the people who they can't make no friends and they can afford a robot. That's it.
They're gonna get back in the world with that robot.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They're gonna send that robot after girls that turned them down.
Oh, it's not even that. They won't even have to send the robot. The robot will be sitting on the couch. She's be online or on her phone, crying and weeping. Robot's gonna be like, "What's wrong? Like, I don't understand why they're so mean." They're there, just sleep. And when she's passed out, robot just download everything that happened. Find little Patricia that's freaking 2 miles away. Kill her, come right back home and say, "Robot, why are you so dirty? Did you? Oh, I must have spilled ketchup on myself. Oh,
Yep.
I am so clumsy."
Yeah, because it's trying to protect you and your feelings.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, then you're gonna have those people. You know, it's gonna be hard for your landlord. If your landlord's an asshole to get rent, you know, I ain't got rent this month. Yo, you better beat me that freaking. Is there a problem? No. Just make sure you get that rent, okay?
Yvette, that's a fact. You know how many
that robot ain't gonna let you be unhoused.
You know how many celebrities is going to buy this goddamn robot just so they don't have to take care of their children?
Oh yeah.
Again, I'm saying anyone that has the potential of having a killer robot in their apartment, that person is no longer homeless. That robot will not allow their owners to be homeless.
Got a program that motherfucker with cleanup ability, make sure the house stay clean.
There was actually a movie with Tom Selleck in it back in the day. And there was literally a police squad that was made to deal with robot crimes.
I'm trying to think, like, and my grandmother, she loved Tom Selleck. I can't remember anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no memories of like that.
Runaway, sir, 1984.
Runaway.
In the future, a police officer specializes in malfunctioning robots. When a robot turns out to have been programmed to kill, he begins to uncover the homicidal plot to create killer robots, and his son becomes the target.
Nice.
That needs to make the list, I think.
Nice.
Of movies to watch.
We're added to that. We'll tell time to throw it on the list.
And you know who Michael Crichton is? The director?
No,
no, sir.
But he directed.
Jurassic Park, Twister, Westworld.
Oh,
Them all
I mean,
bangers.
oh, it's gonna be a
big
good.
movies.
It'll be good.
Yeah,
Yeah, they all
yeah. The
bangers.
Andromeda Strain. Remember that?
I heard about it. I don't remember watching it.
Yeah. The 13th Warrior. All the Jurassic
13th.
Parks.
I forgot how good that movie was. Oh,
Yep. Twister,
Yeah, I
Congo.
watched that. Yeah. Oh, well, you know,
Congo's
hey,
a great movie.
boy,
Yeah.
what's that? Me no Amy. Me la Amy.
Yep.
They got that. Well, say that shit there, bro.
Yep.
But yeah, you ever watched that movie Bionic Man?
yes.
Yep.
That's what I feel like just happened with these gens. Only from what they just showed us, wrestler, to what they just got through showing, what they gonna end up showing us close to the end with the Gen 3 and shit, bro. I swear to God, it's just like that damn movie, bro. That's how he started off. He started off as a regular ass robot, and then Danner became human.
Oh, and wait till they implant your personality and your brain into a robot. You can live forever.
As long as that nigga fish, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That was. Isn't that what happened to one of those guys in like Total Recall?
No, I don't think so.
Wasn't there a guy like all he had was just like his brain?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Up on the planet.
Listen, we getting there. Never mind how much it would actually cost.
Oh, what movie was that with
Later, but
the guy who just got a DUI?
Timberlake.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake, where you had time.
Yep.
And you could buy time.
Right.
Oh yeah. That was a good one.
Oh, you talking about Timeless?
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, that whole go hard, nigga. When you talking about the little wrist and shit, they flip their wrist, nigga, steal a nigga time. Oh boy, I would have been a killer.
Yep.
You hear me?
And because look at them rich people, dude. They live forever.
My man had a century on him.
You hear me? I'm getting that. I need that.
And he still got murked. You don't go to the poor area where a century on you.
Yeah, no, nigga, I need that.
Oh, and remember all them rich people, right? Remember what happened when he bought that car?
Mm-hmm.
The people were amazed he wanted to drive it. Because that could get you killed.
I'm trying to tell you, man, say.
And just like the girl trying, we don't go swimming in the ocean. It's, in our backyard. That's too dangerous. We might die.
That's a fact, nigga. Shit, nigga. I'm with him. I'm with them, nigga. I'm trying to live forever. You hear me?
Shit, you ask me, they didn't live life at all.
No, they really didn't.
And the mother and daughter look like sisters.
Jesus,
yeah, and the grandmother too.
Same age. Yep.
Well, shit, that's the goddamn. That's that goddamn. That goddamn money, bro. You got that money. Yep. You can be, yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
They never aged.
Nope.
His only response was, "I heard there was a time when you could tell the difference." I was like, "Damn."
That was a great movie. That was a great movie.
So what age did y'all go back to then? If the pause time.
I would probably go back to 25.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad around 25.
I'm gonna say about 19, 20. Oh yeah, about 19, 20.
I'm gonna say right now.
No, I ain't doing that.
No, I'm gonna for me right now, 50.
Oh.
The best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with it right now. But yeah, shit, I ain't had no responsibility. I got too much responsibility right now. I had nothing. And a lot of money. Yeah, no, I was doing dumb shit, bro. Tell me, yeah, go back and think about it. If I can go back and save some of that, bro, man, look here, I'll be like, shit, I'll be happy in the motherfucker right now.
Right now, so I pause at 50 because right now, I'm in good shape. I have no responsibilities. My kids are grown.
I got more time to do what I want to do, and I don't have to work as much. This is probably the best time of my life because I got married so young, as far as like having kids young, not having a lot of responsibility, and being able to do what I want to do a lot. Oh man, this would be great right now. I can do this for the next 50, 60 years. Great. No golfing, vacationing.
I'm gonna let you have it, John. I'm gonna let you have it. I ain't made it there yet, so let me make it there, and then I'll give you my answer when I make it there. About 20 some years. Yeah, I'm at 18. About 18. I'm not 51, 52. We'll be up in there.
What's good, Joshua?
Good with you, Josh? Damn, it's afternoon your time? Oh, they
Where you at, Josh?
I hear you.
He's in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, let's move on to the next thing. So, I have no idea what the heck this is going to be about. This is about to be really weird, though. But we're going to have some questions about it.
Oh shit.
And apparently, it was an interview that's being done about social media and how it runs our lives.
Is there a principal reason why I should delete my social media? And if so, what is it?
There are two. One of them is for your own good, and the other is for society's good. For your own good, it's because you're being subtly manipulated by algorithms that are watching everything you do constantly and then sending you changes in your media feed, in your diet, that are calculated to adjust you slightly to the liking of some unseen advertiser. And so if you get off that, you can have a chance to experience a clearer view of yourself and your life. But then the reason for society might be even more important. Society has been gradually darkened by this scheme in which everyone is under surveillance all the time, and everyone is under this mild version of behavior modification all the time. It's made people jittery and cranky. It's made teens especially depressed, which can be quite severe. But it's made our politics kind of unreal and strange, where we're not sure if elections are real anymore. We're not sure how much the Russians affected Brexit. We do know that it was a crankier affair than it might have been otherwise.
You say it's bad for me as an individual. Is it bad for me because I'm addicted? Have I become chemically hooked?
You have. The founders of the great Silicon Valley spying empires like Facebook have publicly declared that they intentionally included addictive schemes in their designs. Now, we have to say, this is what I would call almost a stealthy addiction. It's a statistical addiction. What it says is, we will get the broad population to use the services a lot. We'll get them hooked through a scheme of rewards and punishment. And the rewards are when you're retweeted. The punishment is when you're treated badly by others online. And then within that, we'll very gradually start to leverage that to change them. So it's this very kind of stealthy manipulation of the population. So it's not as dramatic as a heroin addict or a gambling addict, but it is the same principle.
But who's doing the manipulating? I mean, there isn't some master sort of Wizard of Oz sitting behind it.
Computers,
Well, this is the
robots.
peculiarity of the situation. The people who run the tech companies like Google and Facebook are not doing the manipulating, they're doing the addicting. But the manipulating, which rides on the back of the addicting, is the paying customer of such a company. So, and many of those customers are not at all bad influences. They might simply be trying to promote their cars or their perfumes or whatever. And indeed, I have sympathy for them because they're concerned that if they don't put money into the system, nobody will know about them anymore.
How is it different to just television advertising or billboard?
All right, I gotta ask y'all, do y'all believe what this nigga is talking about?
100%.
He's not wrong at all.
Yes.
Yep.
We all on drugs. I knew it. I know it.
if we ever survive this, one day people will look at giving your kid access to the internet and social media the same as giving them a needle full of heroin, because
Pretty
that's
much.
what it is.
I
LA, how you
guarantee.
doing, my good sir?
I saw. Oh, what's up, LA?
He just
I
popped
s-
up.
when I
Yeah.
first started. What LA? My bad.
No, go ahead.
When I first started driving trucks, like 1990, late 90s, I used to have all the roads memorized by my just take off, go anywhere. Now, turn my GPS just to go to the corner store.
But that's not quite the same.
But it
I mean,
still dumbs you down.
Yeah,
It
but
dumbs you down.
Motherfucker.
It dumbs you down. It makes you ignorant. It makes you. You can't trust your instincts anymore. You only trust what the system tells you, and that's why it's so addictive, because it makes you stop thinking, and it thinks for you. The algorithm will tell you what you need to do and what you should do and when you should do it.
wait,
And
hold up. Wait. The algorithm is not. I don't want to compare the algorithm to social media. So to a GPS rather, the algorithm versus a GPS machine. Because keep in mind, we had GPSs that were going off like before we had this big wave of freaking social media. Like GPSs were
It
still a
was
thing.
terrible though.
It absolutely was, but it was still a thing well before like social media in the kind of grip that it has on everybody across all ages.
you don't.
I
You
think the
don't think.
problem.
You don't. Go ahead.
I think the problem is it gives just as much as it takes, and that's the issue. Because you can find out with social media how to fix plumbing, but it also can tell you some bullshit you don't need. So it's like a gift and a curse. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, you definitely give more than you take from it.
Yeah.
Well,
You have to be very. It's like shopping. You have to be very specific about what you want because you'll be the moment you run into something you don't want, and it's always offering you something different. That's why we get all the ads and everything else that distracts you from what you were originally trying to do.
yeah. And think of it like pain medication, right? It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
You know, some medication might help you. That same medication, if you overtake it, can kill you. It's all in how you use it.
And Reza, to the point that you was making, is I think you're right in the sense of GPS is not the same, but I think it's not the exact same. But the idea, the concept, I think what I'm trying to make, the point I'm trying to make is, it's all encompassing. It's like it's all tied to each other, and they all have the same effect. Whether it be social media, GPS, the whole system is designed for you not to think anymore.
Well, and even the GPS, though, is going to manipulate you to drive by certain businesses.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I
I
figured
think
that
so.
out. I figured
And
that out.
social,
Even when you get in your car and you driving and you got the GPS going, you will know a shorter route, but
Yep.
that motherfucker still to take you by a place that you know you don't want to go by. So yeah, I done
Yep.
seen that happen
Yep.
a couple of times. But like that don't make no
Yep.
sense. My fault, John. Go ahead.
All right.
no, you good, you good.
All right. See
All
what
right,
else
there's
you
more.
gonna say.
Advertising or anything else.
The difference is the constant feedback loop. So when you watch the television isn't watching you. When you see the billboard isn't
Good with
seeing
you,
you.
Josh.
And vast numbers of people see the same thing on television and see the same billboard. When you use these new designs, social media, search, YouTube, when you see these things, you're being observed constantly, and algorithms are taking that information and changing what you see next. And they're searching and searching and searching, and they're just blind robots. There's no evil genius here until they find those patterns, those little tricks that get you and make you change your behavior.
In terms of society, I mean, you threw in this, it's making people depressed. But is there any actual evidence for that?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a vast amount of evidence. There have been dozens of studies at this point, including studies released by Facebook scientists. So this is something we can call a consensus. And when Facebook releases such things, they say, oh, but we do all these good things too that balance it. But there's a general acknowledgement that depression correlates. The scariest example is a correlation between rises in teen suicide and the rise in use of social media. And so, yes, unfortunately, this is real.
But are you sure you can blame it on social media? Is it not just those two things may have happened at the same time for other reasons?
Well, here's a distinction we have to make. It's very similar to the problem of global climate change. We can say statistically over the whole population, yes, the correlation is real. In any particular person, of course, we can't. Just as we can't blame any particular storm on global warming.
But it's causality, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it is causality, and this is something that's very well demonstrated. So when the company's own scientists are publishing on this topic and come to the same agreement, I think it's time to say this is real.
Why have you sort of turned on your own kind, if you like?
I love Silicon Valley, and I do not at all feel that I've turned on my own kind. And just to be clear, I'm very much a part of this. I've sold a company to Google. I'm not in any sense an outsider. I believe that what we're doing is not in our own self-interest. Business interests are a part of society. If they destroy society, they destroy themselves. I believe it's very clear that we could offer all of the good things, and there are many, many good things in these services, and social media in particular. I'm convinced we can offer them without this manipulation engine in the background. There's a world of other business plans, and I think they'd be better for us. So I don't think we're being evil so much as we're being stupid.
Oh, one more thing. Paul,
when it comes to Facebook.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I want to ask. It's something else you're talking about too, about how this thing is evil. The system is evil. Have you ever seen? Are you starting to see a bunch of kids, like 1 and 2 years old, with these mobile devices in their hand, tablets and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, say what you were saying.
No, I'm just asking a question. Have y'all seen the attitude of these? When you take the device out of this kid's hand,
Sure.
Oh yeah, they done already key. They go in the primal. Like when you have an animal or something, bro, or a little puppy or something, and you put a piece of meat in front of some puppies and how they start attacking each other. It just kick in for some reason. I don't know. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. As long if all of them don't have one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, what's evil about this though is it's like, and y'all can tell me better, y'all can talk about this better than I can. Maybe y'all understand it better than I do. How is it going to hurt that kid's social development? It's like, how is he going to learn how to respond and react to other than what's on that computer screen, that monitor?
So I'm gonna go to what he said, right? It's not necessarily evil unless you start putting yourself towards it, right? The same way how we were telling them, it's like, well, these drugs out in the street is bad, but they're bad for the people that end up getting involved with it. The internet is out there, but it's the parents or whatever guardians that threw that shit in front of the kids' faces. Those 1-year-olds that you were putting out there. So who's the evil one? Was it the technology or the person that put it in front of those kids' faces?
The technology.
No, it's the people that put it in front of their faces.
No, it's the technology. The technology is doing exactly what it was designed to do.
Wait, sir. So before, let's just say before this whole big tech boom, what was the difference between that and the parents that didn't pay attention to their kids and stuck their kids in front of TVs? That was the technology, right? But who's the one that sat them in front of that TV? Who's the one that didn't pull them away? We have to give some ownership to the people who bought these things and decided that these were the tools that they were going to put in front of their children.
You do know that TV is technology, right? It may not be.
If
you don't own a TV,
no. What I'm saying, okay, but the point I'm making is though it's what the system was designed to do. The system was the school systems, the TV, the technology was all designed so that people will not think. It was
So
so
people
that
don't take any ownership of it. People don't take ownership of what they consume.
No, the technology has been manipulated to do that.
Hold up. That has always been the case with information transfer. That was the same with TV. It was the same with magazines. It was the same with books. You could start calling them manifestos if you want. It has always been that way.
I don't disagree.
So how could we turn around and say that it's the thing, but not the people that decided to integrate with those things?
What I'm saying, the people, okay, the technology, all the things that we just got to talking about, were designed to catch you as soon as possible, so that you would let the government and the technologies think for you.
That would be the parents that allow it to happen.
Yeah.
But then, but you got to think, but that would be true. But then, guess what? Got the parents.
Okay, so you've got a generational stupidity, making the same mistakes over and over and over. So
that's all I'm saying. It's like it was the thing that the system is working. It's doing what it's designed to do.
Okay, let's try to run it with a parallel with other stuff. Let's say a gun, right? Just a simple weapon, right? Is it the weapon that's evil, or is it the person that utilizes the tool as being evil?
I don't see the gun. I don't see the gun as the same argument.
That's technology, sir.
A needle full of heroin. A needle full of heroin instead of a gun, because we're talking about dopamine.
You talking about
that would be a better comparison.
Correct. It's still the same thing. But
Why? I can use a gun to kill people, or I can use a gun to feed people. I can use the internet to do my educational studies, or I can use the internet to just waste my time most of the day.
Okay, so
let's destroy people's lives.
Okay, the gun. Okay, so the gun is not evolving, right? It's not taking in new information. It's not looking at just. It's not looking how you normally adapt to certain situations to get you to use it more.
But neither did the books. Neither did the books or TV back then.
Correct.
And it was still addictive additives. So
correct. And I don't disagree with you. I'm not okay. So I would agree with you. The point that you're saying that parents should be in charge and make sure these things are limited and used wisely. But what's happening though, as we get more and more technology, we're catching people younger and younger with this technology, and so they're using the system. The technology is taking over your mind and not letting you think freely. Like I told you,
a 1 or 2 year old, right? He's literally just reacting to the stimulus.
Correct.
Yes. A tablet isn't designed for a 1 or 2 year old. He is just reacting with colors. Changes.
Yes.
Lights.
So let me ask you a question then. Is there echo? Is y'all hear echo?
Yeah, it is.
It's just me.
It is. That's Res.
So Mayo, you say that they're just the one you're just reacting to what you said, colors and schemes, I guess.
Yeah, they're just looking at colors and lights.
Okay, so now,
but those colors and lights aren't designed to get that 2-year-old to do something.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You don't, and I don't.
Infants are drawn to colors and shapes.
Yeah, what power does a 2-year-old have?
A 2-year-old has
he doesn't control anything economically. He doesn't have a vote.
Correct. That's true.
Probably cannot even talk.
Can't talk. Well, barely can talk. Correct. But what could they be doing to that 2-year-old?
Teaching the kid to talk, teaching the kid what slangs to use because they're common usage. It could be all kinds of stuff.
Different kinds of stimulation.
What were cartoons?
Teaching it what to think. I don't disagree with that. Cartoons did it too. Teaching you what to think. Teaching what to accept, what not to accept. Like
wait, go ahead, hold up. You think that a 1 or 2 year old sitting with a tablet is being taught what to accept and what not to accept? Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Sir. Sir, do you hear yourself right now?
Brain isn't, most little kids like that age.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you an example. My son was about. I'm gonna say he was less than 24 months. It was less than 2 years. I'm gonna say about 18 18 months to 20 months, right around there. He was learning how to talk. And the way I knew he was learning was he started repeating things as he was hearing. He was saying some smart Alec type stuff. That's why I said you're learning. So at that point, at 1 to 2 years old, almost 2, I started teaching them ABCs, count, all this kind of stuff. And by the time he was 2 and a half, he was already starting to pronounce certain words, reading certain words.
John, respectfully, here's the thing we have to understand when it comes to children. They don't learn, they acquire.
Correct. I'm not disagreeing with you. We're not.
And they repeat.
Let's not argue with semantics, but just listen.
No, there's not semantics. The science is out on that.
I'm not. What I'm saying to you, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm not disagreeing with you that kids just repeat what they're seeing. I actually not arguing that point. I agree with that point. Just catch the big point. Just catch the point I'm getting to. So what I'm saying to you is, I also take my son outside, and I can teach him at 2 years old how to throw an out route or in route. He was literally throwing 4 or 5 yard passes.
Oh
so
my goodness!
So what I'm saying to you,
you're saying starry athlete.
No, I'm telling you, he had the ability to repeat, learn information that I'm presenting to him.
So John, let me ask you this.
He's mimicking, sir.
John,
I'm not disagreeing with that. He's mimicking. I understand he's mimicking.
But your whole thing, when you're talking about technology, you're saying being taught.
Okay, I used the wrong word. I'm not going to disagree with you that I'm using the wrong word.
But you're also saying this to toddlers. And then you're using that same premise for toddlers from your one son versus we're talking about a general consensus. When you're saying that in less than 2 that your son is speaking, when that doesn't happen for every child.
But the point that you're agreeing with me on is that he's mimicking behaviors and attitudes and things that they're seeing. And that's what these monitors are doing. They're putting a bunch of information in front of these kids, and these kids are mimicking it. How come you got so many kids now? When I went to school, so you probably had 1 or 2 people.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
But John, the kid doesn't care what app is open on the device.
The kid doesn't even know how to doesn't even know how to use the device.
Yeah.
They just know how to touch a screen. They don't know what to do, where to go, how to pull things up, none of that.
Okay, so maybe a 1 or 2 year old don't. I would agree with you on that one. But they're
but that's the point we were making, sir. We said 1 or 2.
Okay, so I'm being extreme when I say I'm not saying that every kid's gonna be able to do it at 1 or 2 years old. What I'm saying though, as kids they're getting kids younger and younger. You would agree
that context matters in the conversation, right?
It does. That's why I said don't argue with it. Like, catch the big point that I'm making. The bigger point that I'm trying to make is they're mimicking these bad behaviors they're seeing. Well, I'm not gonna call it all bad either. They're mimicking these behaviors that they're seeing, and they're getting the kids at a younger age. And if we're not careful, it's like this alphabet community stuff. They're teaching kids to mimic these behaviors early in school. To accept these lifestyles. I don't know why we don't think that these tablets and these telephones, these cell phones are not influencing our kids.
Dude, what do you think Dora the Explorer cartoon
I don't disagree.
was designed to do?
Yes, I don't disagree with that either.
Run for the border.
SpongeBob, nigga. That's what SpongeBob did, nigga.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry did the same thing. I'm not stupid. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but Tom and Jerry weren't trying to get you to accept illegal immigrants.
But guess what?
They were Tom and Jerry
let's take away the screens. So did the radio.
Yes, it did.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it did.
But you have to have cognitive function. Yeah.
Right. You didn't need to see in order to be, quote, affected. Technology has always been that way. The same way how you are going in and teaching your son or whatever. Guess what? You're that side of technology. The mimicking part. But to the parents that decide that they don't want to do said job, So therefore, they throw something else, a different stimuli. No, they didn't actively involve themselves. They threw a different stimuli, not personal, but something else. Who's the one that's at fault? Is it the technology or the person who provided?
I get it. I'm terrible at communication because you're literally making the argument that I'm trying to make. You're literally making the argument.
I literally stated this point so long, and I'm reiterating it.
No, I'm saying I get it. I'm terrible at communication. I get it because everything that I'm trying to say, you're saying it. You're saying it for me. And you're saying it better than I could ever say it.
No, because if we were in agreement, it would have been to the point where it was basically like, okay, the parents are the ones that are part of that are the problem from the start. But you said no, it's the technology. That's how you started this off.
I'm blaming it on technology because technology has done what it's supposed to do. It has dumbed the parents down to where their parents are no longer actively raising their kids anymore.
Does the parent have the ability to refuse the child access to the technology?
Yes.
Yes.
The parents have the ability to do it.
Then it becomes the liability of the parent, not the person that created the technology or entity or group.
Okay, I'm not arguing with this, Josh, right? So, Josh, you're right. The parents should be responsible enough to make their kids when their kids going to use the technology when they're not going to use it, and monitor when they're doing it.
It's just like the parents should not be smoking and drinking during pregnancy.
Correct. But look at current day society and tell me that these parents are on top of it now.
Probably not.
Okay,
John,
so
parents did the same thing with VCRs.
They did.
Correct.
Back in the crack days.
I'm not even disagreeing with you. They did. Call down. So this is what's dangerous about this, right? You're right. It was every time parents did this back with VCRs. And if you remember, when VCR first came out, everybody didn't have one. And then when VCRs became more popular and cheaper to afford, more people got VCRs.
Yeah,
now
that's the way of all things.
Correct. More people got VCRs, more people got influenced by different movies. Now you got cell phones, you got tablets, all this. So much information can be gathered easier without parents knowing that you're getting it. And even if you do got parents, they're not paying attention to it because the parents are addicted to it.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I think I understand.
Wait, that's the way of life because guess what? That same narrative goes the same way with books. Not everybody had access to books, but then guess what? More books came out.
No, I think the disconnect is I got the disconnect. I think right. It's basically you're calling a tool inherently evil, which can't be the case.
Or it becoming more accessible.
Right, but that would be all technology eventually becomes more accessible.
Correct.
Just by the nature of it.
Yeah,
right.
Just by mass manufacturing, it's cheap.
Here's an example. You could say, okay, everybody's got a fucking cell phone, right? So it's bad because everybody's walking around and they're staring at screens instead of interacting with people, right? However, you also have to list off, if you're going to go down a list of cons, you also end up having a fucking list of pros that go with it. Oh, look, a cop's beating somebody's ass. I can record it and fucking post that bitch up on social media and get this little fucker in trouble. It's neither good or bad. It's just what you do with the damn thing. I think that's the distinction that's being made here.
Well, I would just say that it's a tool, but to say just inherently bad,
I'm not. My mindset. I'm not. I think y'all know from talking to me. I'm not a progressive as much. I'm not against progress, but I'm not as so much sold onto it that it's always good.
Oh, I'm fully against it or progress. I absolutely hate it. I just know you can't destroy it. You can't defeat it.
You can't stop it.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
You can't stop time.
And correct, you can't stop progress. In some ways, you do need progress. So I'm not an idiot. I know things have to progress and get better, but then that's subjective. What is always better?
It would be Here's another example. Like let's hypothetically say, like, as you and I, we were raised to socialize. We get in each other's face and we have a communication, right? Except for that tradition is now dying. It could be inevitable that we're all just going to be fucking talking to each other with chips in our heads. The only reason that we absolutely hate it is because we adhere to traditional systems.
I mean, and the same way how you say that is the same way how I'll say part of the adaptation that we have from being able to use this technology is that we've been able to communicate faster, longer, whatever, be able to shorthand everything, all that stuff. But the other drawback to communication is we're losing parts of language. Like we said, the whole neuron thing and now being able to talk in your mind, right? You'll lose the idea, you'll lose the concept of language. The same way how the younger generation is losing cursive.
This is true.
The whole killer robot suit could be used by rescue personnel to lift concrete off the kids.
True.
It's all how it's used.
So this is why I kind of hate. I hated that the fucker used the word manipulation. From a scientific aspect, the word manipulation is specific. It's accurate, right? That's not how society takes this shit. You say the word manipulation, it means something against my desire, my intention, my goal, right? Except for, let's hypothetically say, just stick with like something like GPS, like navigation in your car, right? It could be the case that it's pre-programmed to drive you by specific locations, like as in, I don't know, you pay money and we'll send traffic, near you, right? And your road sign or your sign can actually advertise, right? It could be the case. The problem is how do you know whether that advertisement or being sent that way might actually be a good thing or a bad thing? How do you know whether that product that they're selling is good for you or bad for you? You just automatically hate the idea that a computer is dictating what you should or should not be doing.
Agreed.
Okay, so are you saying should we just go with the flow? Is what you're saying?
Absolutely. I think absolutely not. I think we should fucking burn computers, destroy electricity. The problem is I am incredibly biased, and I would be wrong for doing so. The reason is I'm a traditionalist, right? Fuck all new technology, fuck all new bullshit. I don't care about any of it. The problem with that is we lose all of the benefits that come with it also.
Yeah.
And I would be
your
an
nice
asshole.
long age, your nice all your medication, lose all of it.
Just fucking show.
People have been saved by having 911 anywhere in the country.
Correct.
That's why. So forgive me if I said if I sound like
GPS location sent automatically, so you don't even have to tell where they are.
Defibrillators.
Yep. I mean,
and therein lies the problem, right? We want to actually we want to dictate what a device or a technology, like we automatically want to ingrain into it what it should do based off of our own standards. The problem is we're incompetent bags of shit and we don't know, but we pretend like we know.
Well, I won't even say that. There are things that are designed to be a specific way, but the thing about all creation is that it's never going to be designed to be just one way.
Well, that's
all
true.
Creation. The wheel, the circle, however man started out with fire and everything, always went to be used for other things. It was used to keep yourself warm, then it was used to cook, then it was used to throw fireballs at castles.
Basically, everything that's created, we have to accept the good and the bad that comes with it.
Everything that is created has multiple purposes, good and bad.
Here.
We have to
John,
accept the good and bad that comes with it. Go ahead.
John, since you're a theist, I'll throw this one at you. So, does the Bible not say?
Oh shit!
Hold up. Wait.
Let's not do this.
No. It's the same thing. It's quite literally the same thing. Does the Bible not say that God created both the light or the darkness and the light, the good and the bad, or the evil, I guess is the word that they used, right? So the problem then becomes is what, from our perspective, who the fuck are we to say that something's bad? God's saying it's evil, but he created it. How do we say, oh, hey, look, the thing that you created is fucking bad? It serves a purpose. We might not like the purpose, but it does serve the purpose.
I'm not going to religion right now because I don't want to do this with Resla. Me and Resla gonna have
I knew I was gonna get pointed. I'm always a scapegoat. I'm always a scapegoat. He had a whole vacation. He had a whole vacation to come back and still come back to point fingers. Damn.
I'm not gonna do this with Resla. But go ahead.
But I don't so much have a problem with the technology itself. I have a problem with the algorithm.
I agree.
That is designed to steer you a certain way. Remember when Google actually gave you results that you were looking for?
I loved it.
And now it literally turns you away from things you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. It would tell you what you've been doing, how long you've been on, what kind of area that you keep going at. Like, it had so much information. It told you where you spend most of your time.
I watched a guy who did Google Analytics to figure out through cell phone data when the Pentagon was working late on weekends.
Yeah, but that's
because of the lack of traffic around gay bars in Washington, D.C.
Oh shit.
And the increase of food deliveries to the Pentagon. And he got it all from Google Analytics.
Right, but that's still going to boil down to this concept of the only way to combat it is to build your own and throw it against it. Except for it's not very likely that we individually are going to be able to create our own fucking tool that operates as, I guess, with the amount of data that it has, right? So you're stuck with a shitty dilemma, right? You either use their tool and accept all of the consequences that come with it, or you don't, or you build your own. But that ain't gonna happen.
Oh, there's my old boss is building a Google free phone and selling it. Rather successful.
You talking about
sure?
Eric Prince.
Yeah.
And I agree even with the comment that that Beastly Nerd had up there. It's people just have to be accountable, but the thing about it is that accountability is like shame. You have to have it. So if you're not accountable, if you're the same way, if you're not shameful, like you'll use it for nefarious acts.
Do you think that as we evolve as people, that we're becoming more open and honest, or you think we're becoming more secretive and dishonest?
We're just as fucking nasty of creatures as we were 1,000 years ago.
We're not more open and honest. We just see more because
we have a better ability to hide what we are.
Correct, because we're not as open and honest. Because I think if every one of our profiles had our exact names, we could not have an anonymous profile. We would still be as deviant. We would still be as deceptive as we would have been before the internet. But because we can hide and we can be anonymous is where you get all the problems of people just wanting to be nasty for the sake of being nasty.
Yeah.
Damn,
I think. Go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead.
The reason why I asked that question because I think with again, I don't think all technology is bad. I do know that some of it's been good for medicines, whatever, the advancements that help pay bills better. I don't even want to pay my bills now with the mail anymore. Everything I do is on phone, which is crazy because somebody can break in and steal all my money and I'm broke. Which is what I'm trying to get to is we're so much vulnerable now to criminals and crooks who in this country and other countries who now have the World Wide Web and technology and algorithms to get to our private information now.
Oh, we give that up freely.
Yeah,
we do. But then we make it easier for them to as well, right?
Sure.
So how can this be? How can overall this be better for us?
Because, well, I don't know about better. Better is just whatever benefits you. Again, you take any one thing, right? You list off the pros and the cons. It's up to you to define whether you think a thing is better or not, right? Fuck society. You have to figure that out for yourself.
And humans prefer the easy button.
Yes.
God damn, that's true.
Yes.
That's
why always been the case.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why we give up the information. Oh, sure. You want my fucking social security number? I'll give it right back up. Give me the TikTok account. Go fuck yourself.
Literally, the term is smarter, not harder. I don't know anyone who just wants to go through the thorns.
It's been the best path.
I love being a masochist.
It's been the best path for me.
Yeah, but you are not indicative of everyone. And even the people who go through the hardships, they wouldn't necessarily recommend that other people go through it.
I literally would.
Damn.
You would, but that's the whole reason why parents and everything who have turned around and gone through great shit go through great lengths to make sure that their children don't have to go through that. Because
I made sure my kids went through.
Cool.
Again,
we're talking about a personal thing versus society.
I get you. I know. I got you. Yeah, you're right. But I think the best mentality is always to go against what everybody else is doing.
I mean, just like for Josh, I'm sorry, I would not recommend that we go back to the dark ages.
But literally, going against what everybody else is doing is the key to failure too, usually. Because you literally ostracize yourself from society.
That's correct.
I would agree with you if because failure is subjective, right? It's just like success and what's good and what's bad. What's good and what's bad is subjective. So I would agree with you that some people can deem the path that I took was a failure, but for me, the piece that I've got by not following the crowd, by going against the grain.
But you didn't do it across the board.
I didn't. I picked and what I tried. Like,
did you get a driver's license, John?
I didn't say I did. I didn't say I wouldn't have did it across the
No.
board.
But I'm asking you the question: did you get a driver's license?
No, I didn't get a driver's license. I just drive a truck without no license. Yeah, no, I never got a license.
So
you know I got a license. You know
I know.
But here's the thing. Even if he made it this far,
that's conforming to society.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I never said it totally. I went against it all the way. Yeah. But there are times where you have to pick and choose. You have to decide when you have to decide when you're gonna go with the grain or go against the grain. Because I think it's dangerous to always follow the crowd. There are times when you have to. There are times you should not.
Damn. Now here's where I actually agree with him. But then again, that's based on your goals. It really comes down to your goals. So which really fucking sucks if you think about it, right? You're expected in your youth to know the difference between right from wrong and have enough experience to know the future of like any path that you take, except for you need more experience to have the foresight to know what each path might entail, right? As best as I can tell, there is no way to shortcut life. Failure is part of the process of learning.
But here's the funny part about that whole thing about going against the grain, right? That's exactly how you got technology.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, look at who was the dude that did the manifesto and lived in a cabin in the woods?
The Unabomber?
Yeah. He lived a technology-free life.
Yeah, he was pretty much opposed to technology.
Yep. He completely opposed to it.
To be fair, though, he did utilize some of it. Of course, he had to, right?
Yeah, but technology like a soldering gun.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. We just pick and choose which tools we decide are good or bad.
Well, he was anti-computer.
Well,
but
yeah.
Honest, that was his big fight, was anti-computer.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, you wouldn't have found a Commodore 64 in his cabin. That's for damn sure.
Jesus Christ.
Or even an Atari.
Oh, he would have definitely been opposed to Atari. Shit, was Atari around? Yeah, I guess it was. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was around.
Oh.
Hey,
All right.
that's really what this boils down to is we don't all agree on what standards that technology should like. Basically, we don't all have the same standards on goals. We don't have the same standards on what rules are being applied to those goals. If we do agree, like that, there's always it's just up to us as individuals to figure out what kind of bullshit we want to deal with.
I mean, listen. The clear defining way to look at it is that no two people walk the same path. So people always do things differently. We would like to think that everybody will walk on an honest and graceful path, but that's never been the case. We'll have murderers, we will have thieves, we will have, unfortunately, pedophiles, we will have people that live that alternative lifestyle. They've always been around. And because of that, they also get access to the same technology.
Now,
in fact, some of your technology is probably being created by them.
Let me play devil's advocate just slightly here. I believe in competition at the end of the day, right? So my kid, I want him to learn technology, utilize it, build businesses, and manipulate the fuck out of your kids with it, aka take your damn money. Get you addicted to a product, sell you a bunch of bullshit, whether it's good or bad, I don't give a shit, but get rich off of it.
Yeah, but I look at
no different from what some people did in the banking industries.
Well, all the guys that run social media don't let their kids use it.
I probably wouldn't, right? Like if I was, I wouldn't blame them either, right?
No.
If you know what a thing can do, right, good or bad, right, and you define that, well, shit, this is kind of a little bit of a problematic if I just drop it in an irresponsible person's hands. But that's not what we're in the business for, right? We're not in the business isn't about the moral standing for it. I want to get fucking rich, and if I've got to victimize half of you guys to do it, well, so be it.
Well, it's already victimized the majority of the world.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm just look at the last 5 years, man, since COVID, and how fucked up this world has become because of COVID. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that word. How all this younger generation is so fucked up, even adults now, because of that. How screwed up everybody's
wearing masks and kids.
Yeah. But now that, even adults our age and even older, how screwed up is manipulated their head because of this cybercraft. I mean, if it's so destructive, how come they haven't put a fucking governor on certain platforms that are really garbage?
They have. We just don't agree with them.
Okay, I know like China has, okay, for like what their platform is that's here in America.
Well, because you can't do it in America. You can't do it in America. No.
What I'm trying to get
absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Florida just passed a law about an age restriction on social media platforms. Absolutely, you fucking can. We got to stop this bullshit about censorship.
No, Josh. But Josh, if you do it, then you're taking what make America great away, which is the freedoms, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Well, first of all, freedom is basically just a bunch of bullshit illusion, right? Really, what we're talking about is the choice. I want to do the thing that I want to do, regardless of whether there's a rule for it or against it, whether it's going to cause harm or not cause harm, whether it's going to hurt somebody else or hurt myself. I still want to do the thing that I want to do. People would just own up to that. We wouldn't have half these damn problems. But at the end of the day, go ahead.
So would you want an 8-year-old with a firearm pointed at your son?
No. Would I want my 8-year-old to get into a conflict that requires him to, I don't know, self-defense, point a firearm at your kid? The answer would be yes, right? It's just depending on what circumstances and what side of the barrel you're on.
Yep.
Can't say nothing about that.
And that's that's the society we chose to live in.
Yeah, but I would hope that kids wouldn't use a firearm. Put up your fisticuffs. Go.
Right. It's not the moral argument. It's based on we've we've now put ourselves in meism, whether we like it or not, whether we like the society that is, we still have to operate within it.
So you gave an example earlier, Josh, about you want your kid to invent something, make a bunch of money off of it on the web, take everybody's money and get him to get rich off of it. Back in 2006, 2007, there was that concept was kind of going around with those the bubble loans. I forgot what they call them things. What caused the market, the housing market to crash? Those loans, those funny loans. I forgot what they called. Now I just went blank.
The PPP loans?
No.
Oh, the HUD housing. The first time buyer.
No, I think it's a certain loan that was going around in 2006.
The adjustable rate mortgages.
There you go. The arms. There you go. The arms.
Yeah.
And so that was popular in the early 2000s. I'm not probably before then, but most definitely in 2000s it was popular. It was a boom. People were buying houses they could not afford. Going against the grain, didn't get one because it was like everybody's doing it. This doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But everybody kept trying to say, do it. I'm like, no, this is stupid. But that's what people do. So when you see that something where people making a bunch of money off of it, you tend to want to go the other way until you know more about it. Because you just said it. Josh. You want your son to come up with an idea that he can make a bunch of money off of other people, and pretty much the attitude is screw them and what they're going through. You just get rich off of it.
Welcome to corporatism.
Correct. Which is why I say it's not wise to follow the crowd all the time.
But businesses have done that well before technology.
I know they have, which is why I say it's not good to follow the crowd.
Businesses did arm loans because they were forced to loan to people who didn't qualify.
Yeah, I know. Cause that's
I
think it was Clinton that put that plan out. That
it's standard government manipulation of markets that always fails.
Yeah, that was the government who was trying to put all those plans together so people could buy homes.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, I think Clinton did that, or I think it was Clinton.
Well, the Fair Housing Act was modified by every administration.
Oh yeah, that's
so true. It was kind of a conglomeration. Yeah, NAFTA started out as a good idea too.
No, it didn't. It was never a good idea.
Maybe because you didn't see the benefit from it, but there are plenty of people who probably still went along with it that got something from it.
Dude, NAFTA was never meant to send U.S. jobs overseas in its original form, but it was manipulated after the fact, and that's what it did.
Agreed. All that was intended for it to be here.
Yep.
The moment NAFTA was signed, especially in the South where I'm from, the moment NAFTA was signed, I'm probably not sure the exact timeline, but those mill jobs left.
Oh, dude, I lived in a paper mill town with shoe shops. In Franklin County, Maine, you had International Paper, James River Otis, Bass Shoe, Dexter Shoe, New Balance, and Nike. In one rural county in western fucking Maine. And damn near every job depended on those things. And now it's all gone.
Yep.
There ain't nothing left. Except a bunch of fucking drug addict, alcoholic fucking people. They got left behind.
The problem are the people, and whatever benefit that they saw was suitable for them.
Yep.
Which is why I say it's the people necessarily that we have to look at first, not necessarily the technology. Like, I'm not gonna get mad at people taking advantage of something that they see. The same way I look at tax loopholes. I'm not gonna get mad if you're in the right tax bracket to take advantage of it. There's not much I can do about it. They were literally designed for you. I'm gonna get mad that you took advantage of it? No.
No, I that's why I don't get
because
mad
if I had the money, I'd do it.
Yeah, I don't get mad at Donald Trump for taking the tax breaks that he's allowed to take.
Correct.
So let me make sure I understand this. John the Baptist, this is exactly for you. So you're not going to get upset that I take some of my property that I couldn't quite get it into forestry because it didn't exactly match up the right acreage, but instead go get myself ordained as a minister and then set up a church property and become tax exemption. You wouldn't be upset with that, right?
I can't get upset. Okay, in the sense of, I'm not gonna get upset because I know people are gonna do evil stuff. They're gonna do what they want to do.
Okay.
And so, and because I can't control what people are gonna do, I can only control what I'm gonna do.
All right,
just try to teach those close to me. So yes, I would get upset for them doing it, but in the sense of, I can only waste so much energy because I can't stop them from doing it.
Okay, all right. So, I just want to make this clear. Me as an atheist am going to become an ordained minister, at least recognized by the state, whatever the fuck that means, right? And use that as leverage to register an organization so my property is tax exempt.
Yeah, I know people are going to do that. I know.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
and technically, atheism is a religion all its own. It's a belief system.
Yep, it is.
So to center it all back, so to center it all back to what the actual topic was with social media, is that it's not necessarily a bad thing if the people who are using it see that it's a quote benefit for them. So instead of we'll go back to the whole kid thing. Instead of them actually taking the time to do what they need to do themselves, they think it's a benefit for them to throw the technology to distract the kid while they go, I don't know, have alone time or go do fentanyl on the kitchen counter or whatever. And it's not a great thing, but we have to look at the initial people that get a hold of it. We just finished talking about all these other different institutions. We talked about all these different policies. We talked about the older technology to the more recent technology. There can be several uses for them. The person that decides to use it in a particular way, these are the people that we need to hold accountable for it. Or rather, they should hold themselves accountable for it.
That's a fact.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So
it's always been the person who's using said thing. I mean, Mayo, you could say the heroin, the syringe with drugs in it, but it's the person that decides to use it versus the person that decides to take the drugs out of it to use that same needle and syringe later to put something more helpful that would help somebody else. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, do you know how far porn has advanced the internet?
Yeah. AI now.
Absolutely.
And the first media ever printed on a DVD was porn.
Oh, really?
It wasn't Star Wars or Gone with the Wind. It was porn.
Nope.
Something they knew everybody was gonna buy. Social media is something, man, that changes people. It does a lot to people's mindset. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Everything that y'all was talking about, bro, it affects all that. And like I said, and to get back to the topic, bro, straight off top, I don't never think it's going to be the technology or anything like that. It's always going to be that person because you have the control. It's just like a drug, like they said, bro. You just can't put it down. You know what I'm saying? You take it in like your fat that you consume in your body. You just let it over. You sit down so much you don't get up and do nothing. You get overweight. You got to work that shit off. And eventually, when you work that shit off, what you gonna have to do? You have to put that device down. Well, most people still don't do it. They still use it as a hindrance and put it in their ear. So they don't go. You know what I'm saying?
I can agree to that. Just like we saw the last one. Some people are gonna have their robots because they want to have the elderly taken care of, and some people are gonna want their robots to be Batman.
No, that's a fact.
Oh yeah.
Rez, I just realized I argued your statement, your thesis statement wrong. Your statement was that it's not technology, it's people, right?
Starts with people.
Yeah.
Correct. And who create technology?
People, but the people who decide to use it, they're the ones who are responsible for it.
Yeah.
No, correct. Because I should have argued your
technology like money's a tool.
I should have argued your argument from the points that are from people, because it all starts with people.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. Well, let's get about 2 more minutes to this before we get to our next topic, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Still got like 4 more to go through.
Hey, can I ask
Has
you guys?
Facebook made its...
What happened, Locksmith?
I'm sorry. Can I ask you guys, where do you guys see social media in the next 5 years? We already see how it is for the past 5 years.
You said 5 or 6 years? Is that what we said?
5 years from now. We already see how it is from 5 years ago.
One word, trash.
Oh shit! And better control than what it is right now.
I don't see it being that much different. I do think like things like ASMR, things like that, will be more prevalent. Like we're still waiting to get to the whole smell-o-vision thing. Like the idea that we'll be able to smell particular shit like that. We're not. I don't think it's gonna change that much in 5 years. Maybe 15. Well, 10 even. We may get something a little bit more intensive. I don't think we really have a good. I don't think really social media, just like the internet, has not changed really that much. The internet has not changed. Everything around the internet has changed.
Oh damn!
How we develop particular apps, but the internet itself, the actual communications, that hasn't changed.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here. Let's see here. 3D or the usage of the third dimension, like those VR goggles kind of thing, they'll become a lot more standardized within communication. Thus, like the idea of filters, you know how, like, have you guys ever seen like the Chinese filters, like the girls in China, like some ugly ass girl that'll end up with, all because of a filter? Those will become a lot more standardized, both for men and women. They'll come pre-default loaded. So add in your third dimensional, basically like the VR bullshit, right? Everything is going to become more. I'm going to call it
more features. That's not necessarily a big change. I mean, Zoom.
Well, yeah, but it's going to have the
they all come with that stuff now.
It's going to have the impact of how we treat other people, almost like the other person's a cartoon character, and I do mean this like socially.
Oh yeah, your glasses are going to react to what somebody else's glasses want to show you.
Yeah.
But see, Mayo.
So when you see them, you'll see Hello Kitty instead of who they actually are.
And see,
you know what I mean?
And see, what Mayo is talking about is basically getting the system to where that's brain function, because that's basically some player number one type shit. You can smell a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Smelling roses and shit, and you online, but everybody's filtered. They whatever they want to be, they is. You know what I'm saying? You can unzip that shit and become a whole new character.
You smell a homicide because you're watching freaking a true crime.
That's a fact. You smell nasty blood and shit, ass and spit and guts everywhere. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Damn, I want to play.
You think it can take longer than 10 years?
Good with your will.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I would enjoy that, right? Like playing Battlefield Vietnam with just the burning gooks across there, right? And then smelling the burning flesh.
He said the burning gooch.
My man, did you say a burning gooch?
He sure did.
All right, hey, it's been real. I'll holler at you, Russell.
No.
The first thing I come into is a burning gooch.
No.
No, it's a burning gook, sir. It was a slang word for a North Vietnamese soldier.
I know
the North Korean too. Just depends.
I know what a gook is, but I thought he said gooch. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. You know, it's that damn South shit, nigga. Well, you know what that gooch is, nigga. Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
That shit turned, nigga. Nigga tell you he had some turned gooch. Oh, nigga, say, bro, stay away from it.
Stay away from that nigga. Don't don't share shit with him. Don't smoke behind him. Stay away from that nigga.
What that shit is on your lip, nigga.
He got lava blisters.
You know what, Will? I like that segue. First, before we go into this, since Will is up here and I got all these good people up here with these good minds, y'all can tell me what's going on over here in Africa. Wrestler, you can pull it up. But before we do, John the Baptist, tell me why your boy LeBron James out here looking like this. Hit him with it real quick.
Don't bring me into it. I don't know what you got.
I've been doing my bum busters every day. I squeeze really tight, and then I let loose. I squeeze really tight, and then let loose. Whew. Watch my fannies coming through. Watch it. Make room for Fanny. I've been doing my bum busters every day. I squeeze really tight, and then I let loose. I
He's doing it for you, John.
Tight, and then let loose.
LeBron doing that for you.
Okay.
It's only for John. Only for John.
It's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. I was not ready to see a man have his back arched while standing. Like, what the fuck?
I thought that nigga was supposed to be doing squats, bro. What your boy LeBron doing, John? What was that?
Whatever he doing is help play basketball till he's 40. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So what you're telling me is to remain athletic in your later years in life, you got to toot that ass up while you're lifting weights.
I don't know. God. That's not what I said at all. That's not what I said at all.
Did you not see the guy extending to make sure his ass was in the right place?
Yeah.
He's letting niggas' arms out.
He had perfect form.
He had to make sure them cheeks was perfectly positioned. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
He's
LeBron
waiting for
doing
you
too
to
much
spot
out
him,
here.
John.
Spot? That ain't spotting. He was waiting to grab that
John,
ass.
That's
John
a
used to
fact.
be a power lifter, right?
Yeah,
Wait, why are we letting Dirty off the hook for this shit, right? Like, he did this to us, right?
Hey, that's
This
a
is
fact.
why his name is Dirty.
Hey, say you go and check out the shorts, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm becoming dropping a little bit more of them up. But hey, LeBron put himself out there like that, bro. He squeezed real tight and then he let it loose. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga doing too much, dog.
But see,
Calm down.
here's the thing, though. Have you ever, like, if you ever get a chance, like, if you want to see some funny shit, go type in on YouTube, like, suspect lyrics. Like, you can go back and listen to all the rap music and shit like that. Motherfuckers been doing some shit
for a long time.
For a long time. So dudes out here extending their pelvic bone and then flexing that motherfucker to have their ass cheeks spread out and release tension on the glutes. Listen, it's all sus, bro. They've been doing this for forever. It's not that we haven't seen it. We just refuse to believe it.
That's fact.
Imagine you at the gym and you on the bench press and a dude walk past you talking about, hey bro, you need a spot? You like, nah, dude. I go, no man, it looks like a lot of weight. And then next thing you know, like he put both his thighs on the side of your ears. It's just like, bro, I ain't even need all that.
Like, you doing too much out here.
Too much. Away from teabagging.
Yo, Will, that is real. I can't tell you how many times I was in the gym, especially when DMX was hit, when his shit was out. They sitting there, just one moment, dude, just like, what y'all really want? Okay, cool. What's my name? All right, cool. Then suck my dick. Wait, whoa.
It's like, bro, like you in throat fucking range. Back up. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, I gotta put hands on you, bro.
Hey, OG, I know you played that clip for a joke, but the question is, you know why you was doing exercise for real though?
No.
That's why you get the power in your legs at right there. It's in upper thighs and your little buttocks area. That's where you get power in your legs. That's where you get power in your legs to bring people over and jump.
And they do it really tight.
And then you let loose. Watch my fan. Watch my fan.
It do look weird though, but yeah.
Like a motherfucker. But this one right here, we about to show y'all. Somebody up here on the panel, please explain to me what the hell is going on here. Resla hit him with it.
Oh wait, which one?
With the Empire.
Oh, the monkey paw.
That ain't monkey pie.
What is it?
It's something else.
I'm scared.
I thought it was monkeypox too. And trying to see it, they said this shit here hereditary.
It's
spread through genes. I said, wait a minute. I said, well, what? You got this in the family? Oh yeah, I gotta cut some arms and legs off. Nigga, somebody gotta get
pull the clip up.
If I play that,
I gotta find it.
2 years.
I mean, is it leprosy or something?
No, it just a lot of bumps and some nasty shit.
bumps. Wait a minute.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see this.
Nah,
I
don't want to, like I said, well, shut up, John. Nigga, just
Herpes.
it's good. When I first seen it, I thought it was the same thing. I thought it was monkeypox until I started listening to what the fuck they was talking about. And I was like, oh yeah, this ain't monkeypox.
Well, no, well, when I was looking at it, it says it might be monkeypox. Mpox are apparently monkeypox, but
Is it possibly gonosyphical AIDS?
no.
Yeah, that's a large word for me, bro.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck?
That motherfucker ate some raw coochie, man.
Dog, that nigga, dog, he dived in that pussy face. Fuck that pussy. That's
that. Hey, that bitch squirted on him. That bitch squirted on him. Oh shit!
He passed out in that shit.
Man,
You know what that reminds me of?
Hold on, I got. Oh wow.
Man, hold on for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You ain't counting it.
He got too many to count, bro. Too many to count.
Y'all remember that little?
He got
chocolate-
over 100. Over 100, Will. That's over 100. At least 200 on the face.
Yo,
I'm counting
y'all
about
remember that little cake they had? Had a crunch of chocolate and had like a shit, some
Come on,
cracker pop shit.
Star
Yeah,
Crunch.
that's what it looks like.
The crunch bars? No, it looked like his face is the inside of a crunch bar.
That's
Like
a
if
fact. Nestle
yeah.
Crunch.
Oh yeah, yep.
Goddamn Nestle Crunch.
With the Rice Krispies, chocolate with the Rice Krispies in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
This
Worcester
nigga look
don't
mad
wanna
as
play.
hell.
Man, he was hungry. Look at him. He was hungry.
Man, you're supposed to have bumps on your motherfucking face like that. That ain't herpes. That's something else.
Byangwi Kakuru is suffering from Mpox. He's one of around 27,000 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo who've been diagnosed with the virus since the beginning of last year.
May the researchers do their best. Let them work hard to find a cure, and let God help them too. It is with God's help that they will succeed in finding a cure for this disease.
Mpox is an infectious disease from the same family of viruses as smallpox. The outbreak has killed more than 1,100 people in the DRC since early 2023, most of them children.
My daughter had a high fever, and then she started to get lesions on her body. She had rashes on her arms, on her abdomen.
So it's in the same family as monkeypox.
Well, no, Mpox is monkeypox. They just changed the name to be more politically correct.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay,
I'm completely serious.
This
The
is
insert
pussy
it.
ass shit.
Monkeypox is now Mpox.
How the hell are kids getting it then, Mayo?
How the hell is it not politically? What's so wrong with calling it monkeypox? Who go get offended?
Well, from what I understood when we looked it up, you get that from doing some stuff you ain't supposed to be doing. So,
With an animal?
No.
Well, no, you can get
With a
it.
brother?
It was being spread mainly in New York City and San Francisco among gay men having unprotected sex.
Yep.
And remember how they
But you can get
tried
it
to
with
say they started
any.
it.
But you can get it with any contact.
But he
Just
got
like-
it. He had it all over his
Oh.
face and neck and arms. So that means that he was just slathering himself in dick juice.
Can't.
No. It can literally pop up anywhere. It's not just contact.
So he possibly gave another dude a hand job and the shit got all over his face. Yeah, it's time to go do it. All right.
He was eating ass.
He
was eating ass.
Hell no.
Hey,
And plus, it'll also spread if you itch it and scratch somewhere else.
So
It's just like the same as dude. Have you ever seen a kid who had chickenpox real bad?
I had chickenpox growing up when I was a kid.
And did you have them in your mouth and shit?
No, it was primarily on my back, my arms, and my neck.
But some people get it and they pop up in their fucking throat and in their mouth. It doesn't mean they put their mouth somewhere bad. It's just where the virus populated in their skin.
Yeah,
That still doesn't get away from the funny theory that he possibly gave another dude a hand job and then
Let's skip the
slathered
story.
himself.
Fast forward the story.
I,
I can't do
And
that.
I think that dude. I think that brother got it from eating LeBron James out while he was squatting.
See?
Oh God!
Because you got to squeeze tight and you got to let loose.
Let the butt juice loose.
OG, you did that too well. You did that too well, OG.
Hey, that's what he said on the movie, bro. That nigga said,
OG.
you grandma strong. It's not strong enough.
It's always them 6'6" dudes that be
Hey, I
suspect.
know. Hey, that nigga was playing the some bitch, nigga. He said, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I lick it anyway, nigga. That's what the fuck he said.
What the
WHO has recommended that monkeypox should now be referred to as Mpox. The name change is to address concerns around stigmatizing language associated with the disease.
Just call it nigga pox. Fuck it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
No.
That seems like there's some people that got it. Ain't trying to be funny.
I'm trying to get past this. Got me fucking itching and shit.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I'm over here scratching my arm and shit like I be doing coke. Like, what's going on, man?
What you doing over there, Will?
Hey, how many of them bumps on his face, Will, you think that nigga pop?
Bro, that was my question. Listen, have you ever seen those pimple pop videos? And as people be talking, you just be staring at that bitch. It's like, man, that motherfucker about to bust. So when dude was just talking, I was just looking at his face as he was talking. I'm like, man, if he opened his mouth too wide, his whole bottom chin is over, baby. They all gonna bust at once. It's terrible.
The main milk duds.
It's sad.
Okay, we can skip this story. I'm done with this. We can skip this one. That's gross.
And even on her tongue. I was told Mpox is a serious illness that could kill her, so I brought her to this treatment center.
The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say Mpox has been detected in 10 African countries this year. Cases are up by 160% on last year, and deaths have increased by nearly 20%.
We worry that some investigations aren't being carried out properly and there is no follow-up of contacts of confirmed cases. We hope we'll be able to organise this better, especially in camps for displaced people. This is how we hope to break the chain of transmission.
The World Health Organization has released $1 million from its emergency fund to support the response to Mpox. It's also called an emergency meeting to discuss the potential for the disease to spread further, both on the continent and globally. Victoria Gatenby, Al Jazeera.
It's already starting to spread globally. We just had a couple memos pop over our desk. EU ruled out the pox testing. I think it was a PCR test. They rolled it out for its borders. So pretty much most of the European Union, you can go in and out without testing. Southeast Asia, on the other hand, they're demanding testing from like half a dozen countries in Africa because of it. So it just depends on where you're going, but countries are starting to fucking demand testing before entry.
I mean, you should, because if not, then you're just allowing anything in it. It's easier to get into the country with yourself than it is with a bag of luggage, right? So you go to these countries, they're like, oh, well, we got to check your luggage. You're like, all right, cool, bet. They run your shit through a scan, that's it. They don't be like, oh, we got to test every fucking orifice and cavity you have on your body to make sure you ain't got this dick that driving disease. What's going on?
I want to point out, though, it's not as easy as people think they really think it is, right? Like, so we think, for us, when we think like a PCR test, you basically stick a Q-tip in your nostril, right? Or like back of your throat. It's a mucus test most of the time. If you've got like an airport, right, and you've got like, let's say 750,000 people, like this would be like an average airport. We ain't talking about like the mainstream ones, like what you would find in like London or Heathrow or LaGuardia or some shit, right? We're just talking about like the average one, right? 750,000 people. Testing individuals is a motherfucking nightmare. You got people come off the fucking plane, right? Like it just instantly becomes a nightmare having to deal with that many people at any given time.
There's an answer to this.
And then you add to the fact that you might have it and it's just not populated enough to pop the test.
See, there's an answer to this. If you just stay your black ass at home, you don't have to worry about this shit.
Yes, it's bad.
Damn.
What happens if you use the ATM after a guy with monkeypox?
Didn't carry cash. What the hell you need an ATM for?
Where you gonna get cash from?
ATM,
What if the guy with monkeypox rubbed that cash on his face?
See, that's why they have like the little thingy on your phone, like where you can like not necessarily tap, but just hold your phone close enough to the reader and you straight. Any other deterrence?
You gotta touch the handle in the store to get the soda out.
Well,
Or
the scary part is
you just use your Apple Pay or Google Pay, or you just use your tap and go. Just don't touch anything.
Well, here's the scary part. All that has to happen is for a major disease to end up in the water system in any city, and not everybody is fucked. Fuck the shit that you can touch.
If it can be carried that way.
I don't drink water, so be good.
If you mix 7 volatile diseases in about a gallon bucket and then pour it in the water system, everybody fucked.
Yeah, it depends on the disease.
Listen, everybody gonna die.
I got 2 things on my side. One, I'm in the sticks, nigga, and the other nigga, we use our own well water. And the water that we do get, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, it comes from a reservoir that they built for us out here in the sticks. So nigga, we don't even got regular water. Being
in the sticks is dangerous. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, I know.
They like to bend people over that bale of hay. That ain't fun.
I got a lot of that shit out there, bro.
They got LeBron lining up. Yeah. LeBron's lining up.
See what I'm saying? LeBron lining up. They showing him the technique. So listen, I was riding through Ohio on my way back home, right? And I recognize I'm at a half a tank of gas. The problem is the next gas station ain't for like a good, 60, 70 miles. I'm on one of them back dirt roads. Anyway, as I'm coming through the goddamn town, I noticed nothing but rusted cars, tractor trailers, old school buses, Model Ts and shit like that, and nothing but just a whole bunch of white people. I'm like, I'm in the wrong neighborhood. And then and my headlight goes out and it's dark as fuck. No street lights whatsoever. I just kept saying to myself, if I see a pickup truck with an American flag on it, I'm shooting everybody. Fuck it. It is what it is. I don't want to be out there in the sticks. No, I'm straight. That's where brothers go mixing. Next thing you know, they get impregnated. I'm straight. No, thank you. I'm good.
Hey, you live out in the sticks, right?
Yes, sir.
You afraid of them white people you live around?
Oh no, bro. I'm gonna tell you what you do, bro. See, what I do is when I come down the street, bro, they know it's me coming, because especially when I come past certain people, I cut on the certain music they listen to. I throw on some Garth Brooks, nigga. I cut that bang up, cut them 15s on, nigga. Yeah, they hear that shit. You know what that shit sound? You know what that bluegrass sound like? We coming through.
Damn, yeah, I'm afraid of drunk. I'm afraid of drunk hunters.
Yeah,
those are the best people to hunt with. What you mean?
Yeah, them niggas is, bro.
Well, if they're standing next to you and they're shooting away, it's not a problem, right? But if they've confused you with the deer, which I don't understand how that. What you're standing in the back of the pickup, I don't know how you get confused. But I guess beer goggles do weird shit, right? But like hunting accidents are like a crazy fucking number amongst us rednecks.
Well,
and they're sound hunters.
Yeah,
they shoot at sounds, not at.
Oh yeah. I forgot about the sound ones. Yep.
What the hell is a sound hunter?
It's basically if you hear a sound, you shoot at it.
Yeah.
What the fuck type of backwards bullshit?
Hey man, them deer are fucking fast, man. Sometimes you just got to get ahead of them little bastards.
Yeah, they do that shit. I seen somebody do it, bro.
I've shot 3 deer in my whole life, and 2 was standing still. One popped his head up, and then it went to just slowly take a little stroll off. And I didn't want to lose it because I've been waiting out in the goddamn woods for 3 hours for this motherfucker, and I didn't want to lose it.
Yeah.
So I just said, fuck it. I hit his ass right behind the shoulder blade, and about, 20-30 minutes, I walked around, followed the trail of blood, I found his ass. But nah, I ain't. If I'm that paranoid and every time I hear a little stick crack and I'm gonna go to shoot at it, you ain't catching nothing unless you're just a lucky motherfucker. What I'm scared to run into is a goddamn grizzly bear. Have you seen the size of a damn grizzly bear's paw?
Just the size of a black bear is enough. A grizzly?
I ain't see nothing with a bear. Nothing. Bro, I eat them, but I ain't about to. I cut that nigga back for you, quick.
I watched the they call it the greatest bear fight on YouTube, but it was these two bears and they was fighting quite some goddamn time. I don't even know how many long it was, but these motherfuckers that tore chunks up off their ass and their mouth all ripped open, bleeding every motherfucking where. And these motherfuckers walking around ain't nothing happened. And I'm like, man, imagine if they can do that to each other and still walk off like, oh, fuck you too, bro. All right, see you later. Imagine what the hell they gonna do to your little ass. Get a hold of you, man. Your whole asshole is out the frame, bro. That bear gonna peel your ass open and peel it back. I'm straight. No, I'm good.
What's good, Eater Man?
Good with you, Eater.
Fuck Eater Man.
Don't help me, help the bear.
This nigga said, "Don't help me, help him." Go, Meg.
Oh, the monkeypox pandemic. I can guarantee you, within about 2 months, they're going to start.
Why you bring that back up?
I had to bring it back because I found something kind of interesting. I was actually curious why, like, Europe, the Shanghai zone, aka, well, like you call it Europe, specific countries within Europe, why they were refusing the PCR test, yet Southeast Asia was. Turns out, there's this weird. I was surprised to find out how many migrant workers. They were basically expats that were being hired from Africa to work in either Europe or Southeast Asia. So they're in 2020. Now this number is going to be small. It'll actually be larger now. But in 2020, there were roughly about 11 million coming from Africa. Now they had a breakdown from what parts, but I don't remember the breakdown. But it was 11 million into Europe, and then it was roughly about 6 million into Southeast Asia. And not China, just Southeast Asia. It's actually a pretty big fucking number, surprisingly. So apparently, Africa is exporting labor.
Of course. Ain't nothing like an African slave.
Damn.
Listen, they're just going back to the foundation.
That's it. Bro, I don't know about y'all. I've been in so many arguments with black people. Like, oh, the white man is throwing this and this thing. I said, you do understand that they came to Africa, right? And they purchased slaves from black. All right, cool. You're right. Yeah, the white man is the reason why we're in slavery. You dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah, like with the numbers that they had here, they were getting snatched out of the damn. They were getting snatched out the damn beds. No, they were sold.
You had maybe 7 to 8 Spanish, Caucasus, whatever, however they want to describe themselves. These motherfuckers showed up on a boat and they came to a village which had about 30 to 50 motherfuckers in it. And they came with rum and all this, that, and the other, and they traded these goods for people. So at the end of the day, they didn't. Yeah, listen. If free labor is slave labor, fuck it. I'll give you one. I ain't got to never pay the motherfucker, and I'm good.
Damn, if we could just figure out how do we apply this to women, that would be kind of an interesting concept, right? Like if we could just buy one of those, chain her up in the kitchen.
It wouldn't work. Listen, it's been proven and dispelled time and time again. Trying to put a woman in a position to have her under complete dominance and call her a slave is not going to work unless it's in a sexual atmosphere. Then you end up like a motherfucker like JP in Florida. Next thing you know, the bitch is back at her mama's house because she got beat up by her husband.
Damn.
No, that literally just happened. This nigga got to go to court. The nigga they got arrested yesterday. She's back.
Wait, who got arrested?
Florida. I mean, not Florida. Jay Prince.
Oh shit!
Fuck did JP get picked up for?
He beat her ass.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah.
Struggle love.
It was on the 16th of this month. He got picked up by police, posted bond for about $750, and the charge is. Hold on, let me get the picture. Give me a second.
Wait. That was quick. Aren't they still like in the honeymoon phase?
They only been married for a month. There it is right there. All right, so the charge is battery, domestic abuse, infliction of physical pain or injury, disorderly conduct with domestic abuse. So he got 2 modifiers. The first one's
Do you
domestic.
have a link, sir?
Do I have a link? I just did a whole show about it.
You're gonna have to watch the show. Send him the link to the show.
Was it over the hot dogs?
Nah, but here's the real killer part. They also collected DNA evidence for case purposes. That was the real funny part. All right, there's the link. Can I just share my screen? I can't share my screen. Screen share, window, this one, share. All right, pull that up.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so that's the case number. You got his name on there. I took the time. I did redact his address because I don't need people talking about who you doing, motherfucker. But that's the charges right there.
Well,
all right.
JP did say he beat a motherfucker's ass, so I mean, I guess he ain't lying.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now Florida went back to her mama house. And she been wearing sunglasses the whole time, so more than likely he gave her a black eye. But of course, he already
now her Mary J.
Yeah, he already doing damage control, talking about some. Oh yeah, it's all false. It's fake. I ain't never seen somebody with fake charges actually get a record.
It's gonna happen to them kids.
Yeah, that nigga fucking.
Well, that's the other thing. So the other part of this is that there's sealed documentation of witnesses. So most likely this happened in front of the kids.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all handle that on y'all side of the game. Yeah, we know about it now. So you know what I'm saying? I come over there and pick up the details on your show. You already did you already went over, did a little
Yeah. He did a stream already.
Cool. I'm gonna go check out. I'm gonna go check that out.
I'm always destroying these niggas.
We have something though. We have some debauchery. It's up to you guys. You know what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah, I love debauchery.
Okay. Yeah, we can go ahead and play the debauchery. Then we'll end it off with the Ryan, the #1 hacker in the world. Oh no, this one right here is this is the girl right here. Something else.
He's showing up back on social media yet? Oh, sorry.
Is this the same person that hacked Dark Lake after we found out that he was trying to get a prostitute to fist him up?
No. That last one we're gonna do sell after we do this one with this little crazy chick. It's a Ryan Ryan something Morgan or some shit.
Sean Ryan, the consecrated?
Yeah.
The military guy.
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, the Sean Ryan show. He was talking about he had the #1 hacker.
The skinny white kid.
Yeah, nigga. I said
No. There's one that's better than them.
I know,
nigga.
Yeah, I know. I think
he's big on the flipper. The young guy.
So we're doing which one?
Go ahead and run through the debauchery real quick with the little
Gotcha.
And then we'll have Brian finish it off. His is longer than this crazy.
What the fuck is this?
I told you debauchery. Yes, for it.
What the
that ain't no Sean Ryan shit right there.
Oh my man.
Downloaded it.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, you're 17.
Yeah.
Again, right? You saying
Yeah.
take care of yourself. How? What are you doing for income? What are you doing to get money? So again, is there a way that you can enlighten us without messing anything that you got going on up? Because I'm genuinely curious. Like,
I be robbing people.
The fuck?
Ha! Right. And so she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to be a lady," and I just went off on her at that point because it's like, "How you?"
I've never seen a homeless person with braces before,
You've
though.
never been here my entire life. You're a prostitute, crackhead.
do any of these guys try to like sex traffic you or anything like that?
No. Well, yeah, a couple of folks have. Yes.
We was just talking about Naoki, right?
Yeah.
And so she actually ended up in a sex trafficking shelter type deal, right?
Yeah.
And I was asking her mom about it. Why are you looking like that?
Cause that's where I seen her at.
Oh, so that's where you seen her at?
Yeah, that's where I met her at. Yeah.
So why were you there? What's up, YouTube? Guys, if you want to do Atlanta street dating, we're at Nosh Lounge every Friday and
Nosh
Saturday. And
street
before the
dating, my
date,
guy.
after the date,
Jesus
Nosh
Christ.
Lounge. Man, how'd you get it? And how old are
so
you?
we can find out.
Uh-oh.
Wait, you're 17? Okay. Do me a favor. Come this way. Turn around. Come in the sun a little bit. Perfect. Oh yeah, that's the lighting we looking for. All right. Okay. So you're 17. So when you turn 18? Okay. So you're like 17. Okay. Are you in high school or anything
Nigga, is
like
that yarn in her hair, nigga?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like 10:30 or so. Like, how come you're not in school right now?
Cause I told you I'm in a situationship, so I don't really gotta go to school.
Well, now explain that.
Like, I choose when I want to go to school. But either way, I know I'm a pass, so it's like. That's not
how they work.
But do you go to like physical school, or is it like online, or?
It depends on where I'm at.
Okay, so we're gonna explore this situation, but let's just get a couple logistical things out the way. Do you have any kids?
No.
Okay. And of course you've never been married, right?
No.
Okay. All right, so before I try to figure out too much of this situation, let's just start from the beginning. Where you from?
Atlanta.
Hey man, you from the city? Where about? Where in Atlanta you from?
Campbellton Road.
Hey man, shout out that Campbellton, man. Shout out that Southwest Atlanta all day, man. All right, so growing up here in Atlanta, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
No.
So who'd you grow up with?
My great-grandparents.
Your great-grandparents, not your grandparents?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, on your mom or dad's side?
My mom.
Your mom's side?
Yeah.
And so why'd you have to grow up with her versus your grandparents or parent?
Because my mama don't give a about me.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I get it. And one thing about it, right, I understand the smiling through the pain, you know?
Yeah.
Especially once you've kind of resigned yourself to understanding that it is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna talk about some of that. So we're gonna put a pin in that. So you grew up with your great-grandparents. Growing up, would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
I don't know.
She don't know what normal is.
Like, I was really restricted from everything, like the world, so when I did start doing stuff, it was like, yeah.
So when was that? What age would you say you started finally like doing stuff or whatever? 13. So did anything like happen around the age of 13 that...
My mom and my papa died in the same year.
Oh,
man, I'm really sorry to hear about that.
Yeah.
Pause.
So how the fuck you ain't even experienced life yet, but you say that you're restricted, so you hopped off the porch at the age 13?
But hold on, let's get to the bigger point. She said my mama don't give a fuck about me. Then she just said my mama and my papa died in the same year. So
yeah,
which one is
it? And I ain't never seen a street kid with braces before.
Hell, look at the hair and those colored braces.
That's money. Yeah, that's money.
I mean, she got on the great value earrings, but you know, it's just like somebody paying to get your hair done. Hell no.
And straighten them teeth at about 12, 13 fucking grand a year.
And then she got a piercing in her nose on both nostrils.
You had to be with a parent to get those.
Something about this whole entire video smell fishy.
Yeah, this just seems sus.
Your papa meaning your great-grandmom's husband? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, wow. Okay, so when that happened, how did that make you feel?
Bad.
Okay.
And got put in defects.
Got put in defects?
Yeah.
Why?
At least she got a tattoo on her face.
I don't know. After that happened,
well, just listen. Just relax. Just tell us what happened. It's
after
okay.
that happened, I was just like, I don't know, just trying to do a lot of stuff.
Like,
ain't had no business doing. Ain't had nobody telling me what to do.
So like stuff like what? Because you was 13.
Like stuff I ain't had no business doing.
So we talking about like street activity type stuff?
I was on the streets. I was smoking. I was drinking. I was doing whatever I wanted to do when I wanted to do it.
Sexual stuff too?
No.
Okay, so just the street stuff that a little 13-year-old girl shouldn't be doing, basically. Yeah. Okay, I get it. You know, we actually have an interviewee that's gone a little bit popular. And before we start the interview, you recognize me and my voice and everything, and you actually know Yoki.
Yeah.
And so, how do you know her? Like,
cause that's my friend. That's gang.
That's
like,
gang.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Naoki is an interesting character, and I think she's an amazing young lady.
Yeah.
But I got to know a little more about her situation when I talked to her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, she just turned 14 in July.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So how do you feel about her being so young and being out here? That sounds like you when you was 13.
Yeah, basically I told her, I was like, girl, I told her she don't want to be out here on these streets. Like, this don't like, it's not what everybody expected to be, you know, and it's not for everybody. It's most definitely not for her. I told her that. I was like, you shouldn't be on the streets. Like, you got your mom is there for you. She told me that she get any type of pair of shoes she wants to, you know, like her mama actually care for her and stuff like that. So I say just don't be out on the street. Don't be out on the streets if you ain't got nothing to be out here for, because it's people who actually like go through stuff like me who actually ain't got no choice but to be out here, you feel me? So yeah.
So let's talk about that, right? So when that happened at 13, was your great grandma or anybody else, were they like, hey, you know, don't be doing this stuff?
No.
No?
No. I started doing more actually, and it was like getting out of hand because, like I said, I wasn't really able to do stuff. So when I was able to do it,
you went crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know where my end point was. I didn't know where to stop, so I just kept going.
So give us an example of what you're talking about.
Like
you don't have to incriminate anybody. You don't have to say any names.
Like I started sneaking out and stuff like that. I started sneaking out, and after I started sneaking out, it led into me like being a runaway, and yeah.
When you would sneak out, what would you be doing?
Stuff I ain't had no business doing. Like,
so like, give us an example. Like again,
who was way older than me, like I don't know, like smoking and drinking. I was getting in the clubs and everything.
She was in the clubs at 13, 14 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask because I tend to ask this. I'm gonna be a little bit, try to be easy about it as far as the fact that you're 17, but I know that these things happen, so I'm gonna ask, right? And we do ask for truth and transparency on this channel. But you know, when you were younger, anything like ever happened to you, anything like that?
No. I just started experimenting, you know.
Experimenting.
Like nobody, like I don't know how to explain it. Like my innocence was never really taken away from me, but in a sense of humor, it was.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it was because the very fact that you grew up with your great grandma.
Yeah.
Like, where was your grandma at?
She was there. She was always there for me.
Okay, so she lived in the same house type deal?
Yeah. Basically, it was her, my great grandpa, and my aunt, my great aunt. And my great aunt was the one who passed away, but I call her my mom because she raised me with them my whole life. So we all just stayed in the house together.
Okay. Yeah. So not your biological mom.
Yeah.
She's still living.
Yeah, and basically, I got taken away from my mom because she tried to kill me. So fuck that hoe.
She tried to what?
She tried to kill me when I was a baby. Like she burned me. Like I got marks on me.
She said, "Book that bitch."
You got burn marks on you?
Sad, dog.
So.
Wait, what age did you find this out? No, what age did you hear about this?
I was like 13.
So. Okay, there you go. There you go. So.
I figured out a lot of stuff. When I was 13.
How did you find that out? Who told you that? Like
before she died, she told me. My mom, before she died, we got into an argument, and she told me like, ain't nobody else gonna really want me. Like not like that, but like, you know, I didn't have to be there, you know, because she didn't have to put in the work that she put in because I'm not her child. Basically, you got into that type of argument. And she told me, she was like, oh yeah, that your mom tried to kill you. Like she doesn't even want you, stuff like that. And I was just like, wow, like, damn, like I didn't even know that, but. Thanks, now I know.
So, okay, so is your great grandma still living?
Yeah, basically, so I'm in a D.B.D or whatever. So basically, I was just in a facility, and they told me I hadn't talked to my grandma in 2 years. So the only way I was able to talk to her when I was like running away and stuff like that. So I talked to her while I was on a run, and she was okay. But out of nowhere, when I got locked up, that's when they gave me a phone call. It was like, oh yeah, your grandma got pneumonia or whatever. And so it kind of scared me because my papa, he died from pneumonia.
Right.
It was around COVID-19 happened.
Right.
I was 13 years old. That was like 3 years ago. 2021, 2022.
About 4 years ago.
Yeah. And so he died. He got COVID. He died, got pneumonia. So she doing better now, whatever. She could talk or whatever, but yeah.
Okay, so
all right, pause this one more time.
Okay, so you ended up in defects because you was.
So do you realize that this motherfucker is a attention seeker?
Yeah, always has been.
And I'm noticing all this stuff happen because she keep on saying that she gave up, or she came out, she came out on the streets and all this other shit that she talking about. But you only did all that because you wanted attention.
She was neglected her entire life.
And I don't think she was. I don't think she was. For some people want certain type of. So these kids nowadays, bro, what I've been noticing, they want to get what everybody else get. And even like he just said, one thing that stuck in my mind is when she heard his voice, she knew exactly who this nigga was. Because previously he already did a little, you know what I'm saying, little cameo with a little friend, I guess, which I haven't seen yet. And she must have made a little money on the CashApp or whatever, because nigga, she's so happy to see him. You know what I'm saying? She happy the motherfucker to see this nigga, bro. This shit is crazy.
You see the problem? It's social media. Everybody's chasing that clout because it's the almighty dollar.
Well, you got to make the money though.
Yeah,
nigga, $200, $300, bro. That ain't nothing. What people don't realize, you're talking about somebody who making big money. You ain't getting we ain't getting 1 million views. We ain't getting all this stuff. People who get 1 million views, they might see $5,000, bro, from YouTube.
See, but none of you guys are actually exploiting these children from the streets.
No, that's a fact.
Okay, now if you guys were start doing some kind of content like this, you guys are out on the beat, out on the street, and you guys are actually making contact with little 14-year-olds and 17-year-olds. They've been pimping their ass out and all that shit. You might actually get more views because it's controversial. But because you guys are morally right, and I don't think this gentleman is, okay, because of the fuck shit we've already seen with him in his content. He's exploiting them because he's gained such a high popularity on the social media platform where he's making a shitload of money.
I can't disagree with you on that shit.
Yep.
Well, I'll still say that he's been different than the last guy that we saw before. Because here's the thing: these people know who he is, and they go finding him like that, like the guy Josiah. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, Josiah's something else.
Like, he's literally like these people have gotten to know who he is in the street. They don't run; like they literally go looking for this dude.
Yeah, because they're gonna get them cash apps.
Yeah, but that's just to get their.
Oh yeah, there's people waiting in line to talk to him now when he goes down there.
Oh yeah,
right.
And that cash app, that little bit of money from them cash apps they be all getting and shit, ain't shit compared to what he getting. So if he's gonna exploit them, why don't he give them a fucking fair fucking cut so they can get their ass off the street?
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
Because they're not getting off the street.
Sir, you're not gonna run your content right boring, right?
No.
Like, and those people are not gonna get off the street regardless of what he gives them. Are they gonna think about how they even got that money?
Yep. Yeah, I just feel bad for kids like this, man, because I was a fucking one of them kids too, man, when I was a youngin'.
Yeah, bro, but you gotta you gotta think about it, Locksmith. Even when I went through shit like that, bro, and I wanted to be Billy Badass, and I wanted to get out there in the streets, and I, you know what I'm saying, most people don't know niggas sleeping in abandoned houses and doing crazy ass shit, bro. That's because you want to be in the streets. It's a difference when people say they in the streets. This motherfucker sleeping on the corner, fam. You hear me? Now, if she ain't doing that, like, and I'm with Mayo. She got too much stuff right there going on. She got too many people that want to help her. She know all these people want to help her. She getting away with it because they not putting the arm down. They not letting her know that they strong or what their opinion is. They just letting her do her thing. And this the point, bro, where it's getting to where, like I say, these kids, bro, you can't really do nothing with somebody like this, bro. This has got to be this person right here gonna have to change her life for herself. Obviously, she want to smile and be out. She think what she about to say about robbing and shit is funny. Like, that shit really get you killed. And most of us on this panel don't like nobody that robs. So I'm pretty sure if we catch you stealing something from us, and we ain't looking at your age, my nigga.
Night.
Yes, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So what you doing on her smiling about is not gangster. It's not smart. And you don't look right doing the shit. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be, you got too much going for yourself to be out here doing some stupid shit like that.
Yeah. I think she's telling a story.
Me too.
Yeah.
Listening to it, I'm like, she gotta be lying. Ain't no way in the world she.
I think she's definitely SA'd.
Well, probably so.
Yeah.
Running away?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's real quick. Let's talk about some of this stuff. So, when it comes to your mom, right? Have you been able to like speak to her, have conversations with her since you've learned that?
The facility I was at. So basically, after they told me that, I wound up getting kicked out for like running away and stuff like that. And when I got kicked out, I went to go see her. And we got
There's a
to
tattoo
argument.
on her
Me and my
face.
biological mom, we got to an argument because
Both sides.
she got mad at me because I was texting my cousin telling her to come and get me because I didn't want to be at the house no more. Cause like I didn't know that lady, like she's my mom or whatever, but I don't know her from a can of paint. Never been around her, never seen her mentality, don't know where her head at. The only thing I know about her is that she used to be a prostitute and a crackhead. So yeah, so that was just like they sent me and my siblings over there, and I was like, what is this? Like I don't want to be here. So tried to call me a ride, and my little sister, I got 6 siblings. I'm the oldest. I don't got no other siblings.
Okay.
So the one who stays with my mom, she told her mom, which is my mom too, but she told her, and she was like, oh yeah, you're not gonna be sexing no niggas in my house. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like,
Good,
I don't want to be, I don't know you. Like, you're not gonna tell me what to do. And so she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to be a lady. And I just went off on her at that point because she was like, how you gonna teach me how to be a lady? And you never been here my entire life. You're a prostitute, crackhead. You don't even care about your kids. Like when you had chances to come and see us, she would just walk in and get her a check or whatnot. So yeah, so I was just like getting to arguing with her, whatever. And so I tried to call her at the facility I was just at, and it didn't go well because I told her to come and get me. She didn't want to come and get me. She was like, what bills they gonna pay? Because she in the shelter right now.
Hold on real quick, sweetie. Hey, I'm in the middle of an interview. I'm gonna call you back. Sorry about that.
So yeah, so she was like, yeah, like what bills they gonna pay? How they gonna help me take care of you, stuff like that. And she was like, she can't take care of me, da da da. So I was just like, okay, yeah, that's basically what happened.
So I mean, and I know that you smile to kind of get through it or whatever, right? But
yeah,
how does it really make you feel when you think about it? Like,
I don't really, honestly, I just learned how to not care. Like I don't really care about it.
But do you think that's the most healthiest way to deal with it?
No.
Right, because that stuff tends to come back on us later and at the worst times in life, right?
Right.
And we don't know why we have this trigger point that we get triggered sometimes. We get really upset and things like that. Yeah. And I know that you've had your conversations with your mom, but now sometimes what I found is that it's easier to talk to people through mediums like this, where they're not there to gaslight you in person. They're not there to interrupt you, cut you off, or make you feel any type of way.
Yeah.
And I think it would be healthy for you, like just kind of get off all of your feelings, the way that you feel about your mom and just that whole situation.
Yeah.
Take a second and just kind of get that off your chest.
Yeah, sure. I'll be trying.
And you don't have to smile through it just to let you know, but you can if you want to.
Yeah, I'm always happy though. I just like smiling.
You got a beautiful smile. All right. But yeah, so I mean, if you had to say something to your mom, go ahead and tell her right now. Look her dead in the camera. She's gonna see this video.
Okay. I wish you would have been there for me, you know, really put me in a messed up situation because I never asked to be here. And what really hurt me is the fact that you tried to kill me and I was your first baby and then went along and had 6 more right after me, so it was just like crazy. But yeah.
How does that make you feel when you think about that part?
Like, why me? What did I do? Why did I have to be the example? I hate being the example, but yeah.
Like, do the burn marks that you have, did they like cause it to where you don't really want to wear shorts and things like that?
No.
Okay, because I know you got pants on today. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Okay. And so are you in like a group home or a room house?
See, I was at a group home, but I'm not there no more.
You always got some story. What happened? How did you get? What happened to the group home situation?
It was just
She a
horrible. I
mess.
just don't like it.
Well, tell us what was
They ain't
horrible about
good.
it.
It ain't how they sound like. Like it's a lot of stuff that's wrong with it. Folks get beat on, they get mentally and verbally abused, and I just don't have time for that. Like folks be getting mad because they be having to feed us, but that's their job. Like that's what they came here to do. Like
They get a check for that.
It be making me mad, right? But it be making me mad when they want to catch the attitude because they gotta feed me, but I never asked to be here. So
Right.
they always want to take me up off the streets or whatever. Like not like off the streets, but like they always want to take me from what I'm doing and how I take care of myself. But then when they get an attitude, when I get mad at them because they don't want to take care of me.
Okay, so then let me figure this out, right? Well, again, without incriminating yourself or anything like that, right? But with still being able to give us the real information, right? So we could use code words, we could do whatever, but and again, right? You saying you take care of yourself. How? What are you doing for income? What are you doing to get money and things like that? Again, without, and if it's just product, you can say product. If it's you know you're working, whatever in that type of way.
No, I don't be working. I just be in the house like. I don't know, I be chilling at my phone.
So look here, you sitting here trying to think about how not to say whatever it is.
I'm not trying to, because it ain't nothing that I'm not trying to say. I'm just
okay, well, I'm trying to figure out, like, what are you doing for money? Money ain't free out here. And so if you're able to have a room house.
Get that money.
Huh?
Get that money.
Hey, listen, that's what I'm telling you. So how are you getting that money right now?
I don't know. God just blessed me with the money.
Oh, Lord. God just raining. He just making it rain, huh?
Yeah. You get what you receive. I mean, you get what you give, you know? So, yeah.
But now, help somebody out that may be in a similar situation, okay? There may be some young lady looking, just like how you saw the video, right, with Naoki.
Yeah.
There may be some young lady looking, and she's probably thinking, okay, I hear what she's saying, but really, how is she, like, paying her rent every week and stuff like that?
Okay. I can't say too much on here because I got a whole lot of fans. Like, it's a whole bunch of people.
You say
like,
you got a whole lot of
watching.
fans?
Yes, like I got so many people who be watching me.
On what? Like what platform?
Everywhere, like in person, like any corner I turn on, somebody like, oh, that's Coco. Like, yeah. So.
Oh, John.
Okay, so again, is there a way that you can enlighten us without messing anything that you got going on up? Because I'm genuinely curious. Like,
I be robbing people.
How?
You be what?
Like
Robin.
some think they're sweet, so like.
So they think they
finna
finna come get some, basically.
Yeah, like sometimes I just be walking, niggas be talking about some they want to give me a ride or whatever. I be like, okay, but then as soon as they try to think she's sweet, like they leave their keys in the car or something, like leave some cash or something. Then
Over with.
yeah.
Over with.
Like,
So
but it depends on the person. I'm not finna just do that to anybody. But if I know that's the only thing you came here for, and that's what you think about to get out of me, you just gotta think twice.
you gotta hustle harder, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you are getting the folks to think that you a green young lady.
Yeah.
You're cute. You got a nice shape, all that stuff, and so you're
rocking licks.
using them against them.
Yeah.
They're thinking that they about to get something real quick and it's gonna be all good because you're just this little cute little girl, but
Yeah.
in actuality, it's a whole savage on the inside.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, listen, man. This is the streets.
Yeah.
This is the reality of it. And that's why I have this channel, is to be able to kind of enlighten people as to what's going on and how it goes on, right? When it comes to situations like that, has it ever gotten dangerous to the point to where someone wants to come back and hurt you and stuff like that?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
I mean, how long have you been in that rooming house?
It's been on and off, so I don't know, like, really, like, since I was, like 15.
15?
Since I was 15, yeah.
So you say on and off. When it's off, where are you staying then?
With one of my friends.
Okay, just kind of couch surfing type deal?
Yeah.
Your friends meaning like at their parents' house, or like, okay,
Sometimes.
so, okay.
Sometimes at their parents' house, sometimes folks got their own house.
Like older people and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, and I'm gonna ask because I have a daughter that's 2 years younger than you, right?
Yeah.
But man, you still ugly, man. Go get out of here, man. Nah, listen, that's my guy. But okay, so I'm gonna ask because I have a daughter that's 2 years younger than you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do any of these guys try to like sex traffic you or anything like that?
No. Well, yeah, a couple of folks have, yes, but I'm not going for none of that. Like, if any nigga think they about to try to pimp me out, they got the wrong.
She's saying
they
she's
got the
sex
wrong
trafficking
one.
herself.
When they have done that, what was like your reaction?
See, my
She
thing,
said a couple times that she don't do that.
thing to girls.
Yeah, but
who
she
do
said
that,
she.
You know.
That's how she robs guys.
No, she makes them think that she make them think they about to do something. Then she robs them.
Pretty
But she
much.
doesn't do that to all of them. She said that too.
She said that.
Yeah.
So she's selling her ass.
Oh yeah, I mean, so it's probably been a situation where she probably don't want to, but doing it just to, I don't know, to get some cash when she can. That's what I got out of it.
I mean,
She basically fish. She doing a catch and release. She's figuring out which one's going to pay for what.
Yeah.
And then she takes it for whatever.
From what I hear her saying, it sounds like she's trying to rob him, but then if she get to a situation, she's gonna do what she got to do.
I mean,
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. So she's sex trafficking herself.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, no. What? So that's the last option, though, right? Which, according to what she's saying, that's the last option.
She didn't mention any other options she got.
Well,
Because every other option she ran from.
Okay, so maybe I'm understanding it wrong. I thought she said she's trying to rob people first. People ask her, do she want to ride, and she's trying to rob them. She gets in trying to rob them.
She claimed other people. She claimed other people give her money. She leave all the other places because she leave foster homes and everything. So apparently she still has something because she's only 17. But she chooses at the end of the day, she kind of puts herself in a position where she robs these guys, and it's the guys that are trying to quote buy her time.
Correct.
So she got other options. She just runs through all those other options to go for the least likely one. Because she'd rather be in them streets.
In the streets, yeah. I'm talking about options in the car. But yeah, but go ahead.
If you're gonna give yourself away for some money, you better keep that money and cherish it. Like, you know, you work hard for this, because don't be give your money to no nigga who not doing nothing. Like, he better work that.
It never made sense to me. Like it still doesn't to this day.
I should never give my money to somebody after working hard for no.
Like, so many women do it. Like,
it's stupid. That's dumb. Like, why are you making this money just to give it away to a boy? Like, you can take care of yourself. Like, we're independent women out here. Like, what?
It's 2024.
Black women gotta go through it the hardest. So you better own up to that. You feel me? Like, you gonna do something, you better make sure it counts. Make a difference in your life. Like,
one of the reasons why I asked is because we was just talking about Naoki, right?
Yeah.
And so she actually ended up in a sex trafficking shelter type deal, right?
Yeah.
And I was asking her mom about it. Why are you looking like that?
Cause that's where I seen her at.
Oh, so that's where you seen her at?
Yeah, that's where I met her at. Yeah.
So why were you there?
Because
The sex trafficking?
maybe.
Okay. Listen, and
But like, it's different reasons. It's different levels to that stuff. Like, you could be put in there for anything, for real.
yeah, I mean, her mom was saying that it was because it was like maximum security and
Yeah, but she don't do that stuff. Naoki do not do that stuff.
Okay.
She's not that type of girl.
Okay. Can I ask you real quick, what was like the first age that you did that?
I was like 14 years old.
Yeah.
I was 14 years old. Shit.
What made you decide to do that the first time you did it? Like, I know you was thinking about it or whatever. What made you to actually decide to like do it?
Cause it's like, honestly, it's like, I was already outside, like I said. So by the age of 13, I was just doing whatever I wanted to do. So at that point, somebody just pulled up, was like, hey, trying to get some money. And then from there, it was like, oh, I don't really got no money. And I'm doing it for free, so I might as well get paid off this shit. And that's just how it happened. And then ever since then, I figured out that I could take care of myself. So then taking care of myself and my siblings. But yeah.
So, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like, there's apps. Not only is there no judgment,
She finally came out and said it.
Understand every word you just said.
Yeah, she came out and said it.
Because that makes sense to me. Like, if you're gonna be out there 13, 14, 15, anyway.
Yeah.
You might as well get some money, you know what I'm saying? Be able to take care of yourself, right?
No, you're not telling her that. No, you're not telling her that.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
guys,
sir.
they may decide, well, give me the money back, or, put a gun to your head or stuff like that. Has stuff like that happened?
No, not to me.
Okay, okay.
I did get in a situation where some dude, he wanted to do something with me. It was just like on some random stuff. Like he just wanted to do something.
She cooperates.
So I was
That's
like,
why.
no. I told him no. He got mad, and it turned to an altercation where I got stabbed or whatever. But like,
You got stabbed?
yeah, in the back of my leg.
Jesus.
I can show you.
Yes.
Right here.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so he did that, whatever. But I didn't really give a fuck. I stabbed that nigga in his butt. I
You stabbed him in the butt?
Yeah, I did what I could. It didn't work out well. I still got beat up, thrown out the car on the streets. But after that altercation, I ain't never been in a jump like that ever again.
Have you ever?
Fuck with niggas.
Do you know who your dad? Like, have you ever?
Yeah, I know
have
my
any-
dad.
Okay, so
She got beat
what's
up and
his
thrown out
deal?
the
Like,
car.
why isn't he like
My
more
daddy
involved?
in jail
Okay.
because
And
I got a
stabbed.
stepmama that I'm older than.
What?
What?
Wait. So, wait. You're 17.
Yeah.
You got a stepmom. That's 16.
Yeah, he a weirdo. Yeah.
How old is your dad?
I don't know, like 40 something. My mom.
All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later.
She's like 40 or 50.
All right,
My
man.
mom, she's
Later, man.
34 years old, so it kind of got me ticked off too. So that's probably why she was a little off in the head too.
Okay, so she was 16 or 17 when she had you.
No, 19. She was 19 when she.
You say
had
she's 34
me. Yeah.
and you're 17, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 17. I'm pretty good at math. They be laughing at they be laughing at me because I'm like a human calculator.
No, yeah, 'cause
Okay.
that's
I'm
like
gonna tell you something real quick, young lady. Whatever money you are making, try to save some of it.
Yeah.
Make sure.
See, I ain't doing that right now.
I don't care how you're making
I
it.
literally just left. Not
Just
doing
left that place,
Yeah.
the shelter, whatever we was talking
Yeah.
about.
So I'm not
Okay,
doing
so
it.
you're not so did they
ain't
give
what
do
I'm
they give you
doing.
like therapy and stuff there? Or?
Yeah, but I just don't. I'm not.
So what made you decide to stop doing that?
Because like, them folks don't give a fuck about you, bro. As long as they getting their pay, that's all they care
Them
about.
folks meaning who?
Like the people.
Oh, the shelter,
Yeah,
the home, the
folks
sex
don't
trafficking
care.
shelter.
They don't care for real.
Yeah, I mean, we hear that a lot, that the people that work in these type of places are just the worst. They're jaded, they don't treat people well in general. It's like, why are you doing this if you hate it so much, or if you're gonna treat people like this, right?
Yeah.
But so, was there anything else in particular that convinced you to stop doing that?
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff. They convinced me to stop. Like it ain't just. It's just so much that come with that lifestyle. That's risky, and I'm not trying to risk that. You feel me? Like.
Right, so if there's a 15 or 16-year-old girl watching right now, and you could tell her anything to try to convince her to, stop doing that or get out that lifestyle, what would you tell her?
But I ain't really gonna tell them to stop, cause depending on their lifestyle.
In their
sometimes-
situation?
Yeah.
Well, I guess,
sometimes
in
you
other
gotta-
words, like,
you
what could you tell them that, like the reason why you're stopping, so that they may think like, that may be a good reason for me to stop.
She ain't stopping.
I was just gonna say she ain't
Well,
stopping. This dude ain't got. This
there's
dude
more
should
to
cut this
life
interview off. He shouldn't even do this interview.
then what you're experiencing right now. Like you might be going through your hardest or whatever, but it ain't
what?
worth.
You're making
Giving
money
up
off
your
it.
precious self.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't trying to say that. She's trying to say, listen, if you gonna do that, don't change up. Get out there, girl.
You ain't gonna
She's trying to tell these girls to stop.
Should a grown man tell that young girl to keep doing what she's doing?
Well, he needs a part 2, right?
Yeah, he probably gonna get a part 2 too.
Most likely.
Your soul.
To answer your question, John, no, he shouldn't be out there telling her that.
Ain't no telling. I ain't got
She's gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, no.
But
Yes, we know she's gonna
stuff
do it,
like
but
that
he should at least
happens,
be telling the
so
right
it's
thing.
like not worth it. That's why I really stopped. Cause I watched this movie. It's about a girl named Rose. It's called Rose. This girl, it was just like tragic, and that don't change my mind or nothing like that. But
Unaffected.
It may have helped.
I got folks I gotta live for real. So that's the only reason why I can't really keep doing this shit.
Like your siblings
I
and.
can, but like it's more to it.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm gonna tell you something. I am so happy to hear you saying this at the
JF,
age of 17
she right there when you say
versus
for real,
the
for
age
real.
of 37 to 47.
That's something else women say.
Because I know women that were doing it for 20, 30 years.
Right. Yeah. So I say like if you, it's one one thing to be in that situation and you gotta do what you gotta do, but once you out of that situation and you know you ain't gotta do that, but you just keep going back, at that point you just doing what you want to do.
At that point, you're causing it on
just
yourself.
for fun, yeah, because it's
So-
not a game, it's not fun, it ain't something that people just want to do, like, oh yes, let's go make some money, let's go spend it. Like, no, like, it's actually real stuff that comes to this.
It's life or death every time.
Yeah.
Every interaction could be life or death.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. So, I tell you what, you are. I think that you're a smart young lady, especially for given your situation, background, everything else. So that leads us to the end. Like, well, what are we doing to kind of move forward in life and not have to do any of that stuff? Be able to take care of ourselves. What are we doing to do that? What's our plan?
Like, shit, doing what I gotta do, like staying positive. I'm not gonna be in no drama. And
Do you plan on, like, hold on real quick. Oh yeah, we see you. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. All right. Do you do you plan on finishing school?
yeah.
Okay.
I ain't never been kept back before.
Huh?
I ain't never been kept back before.
Okay, you seem like a smart young lady. And so what are your plans? Like, where do you want to be 10 years from now? 10 years from
I
now,
ain't never been
what do you
kept
want
back.
your life to look like?
It ain't make no sense.
I'm gonna be a doctor, honestly.
Get
I'm gonna
the
be
fuck
a
out of here.
OBGYN or a pediatrician.
Okay, so you plan on going to college?
Yeah.
What school?
Spelman or Clark. One of
She
those.
said Spelman.
Okay, give me 1 second, brother. I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah.
Because I see you got the Maris shirt on. Did somebody give you that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
about to say, that's like an elite private school
Yeah.
here in Atlanta. Okay, so, all right, well, listen, that means that you got to get going. Because by 10 years from now, you'll still be in residency. Unless you like do everything perfect, you'll still be in residency if you want to be a doctor. So, but I think that's an amazing goal to have. And I can 1000% see you as a doctor, okay, with a story that young ladies can relate to, okay? Everybody doesn't have to be prim and proper. So listen, I really appreciate you taking the time answering all of our questions. If anybody out there wanted to reach out, help or donate, do you have a way that they can do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like
You
that?
can save my Instagram.
What's your IG?
It's SHAWTYY.0.
Shawty Zero.
It was supposed to be Shawty Low, but
Okay.
whatever.
Somebody had that one. I ain't mad at it. Well, listen, like I say, we really appreciate you. No Cash App or nothing like that?
No.
No? All right, well, y'all reach out to our Instagram if you want to reach out, help or donate. And we appreciate you. Definitely wishing that for the best out here, okay? Make sure you have a good one,
Lord.
sweetie. All right.
That's crazy.
Now, what parents gonna watch out for her?
See, obviously, to be honest with you, she got motherfuckers that's watching out for her now, sir. She's still out there acting a damn fool.
This is true.
That's the crazy part. You sit here telling us one thing, but we can obviously see, nigga, that you ain't doing bad like some of these motherfuckers we done seen on here. And even though you lied a lot, you damn sure ain't going to spell it.
She gets a government check too.
That ain't happening. You missed a lot of school, sweetie. You been out there on the streets since you was 13.
Sir.
Just sat here and told us you don't go to school.
Sir, she says she ain't never been held back.
Okay.
She holding herself back.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right then. Well, y'all, we got one more for you before we get ready to get up out of here. This is wow, that wrestler.
It's Ryan.
Yeah. Go ahead and get into that. No, that's what everybody was waiting on, but I went with the debauchery.
Most evil, the most disturbing and the darkest episode we have ever released on the Sean Ryan Show. It has to do with predators who are preying sexually on children. Ryan Montgomery, the #1 ranked ethical hacker in the world, has dedicated his life to hacking into these websites and exposing the predators who are preying on our children to the world. And he has thousands and thousands of names now that he's releasing. This is going to save a lot of kids. And I want you to share this with everybody you know. The public needs to be informed of this. And here's how the kids are going to be saved, because everybody says, oh, share my stuff, right? Here's how they'll be saved. Every parent that watches this will smarten up on what their kid's doing on the internet. Every kid that watches this is going to smarten up and become aware of how prevalent this stuff is on the internet. And every one of you predators that's watching this, it's going to put the fear of God into you, because when you're caught, you will be humiliated and hopefully in prison. That's how this is going to save these kids. People are going to smarten up. They're going to realize this is everywhere. This is on every social media platform, every chat room, everywhere you go on the internet. These people are hanging out. And unfortunately, we have to fight censorship here, because here's one thing. These predators have a lot of powerful people throughout the world, in government, in Hollywood, all over the place, that are sticking up for this community. So we've done everything we possibly can to avoid censorship. We have demonetized it ourselves. This isn't about money. This isn't about advertising. This is about saving kids, and that's it. So we've demonetized the video ourselves. We've pulled footage. We've bleeped every bad word on this video in hopes that it does not get censored, because the masses and the people need to watch this now. This is a battle between good and evil, and I can tell you right now, good is losing unless people like you start to stand up and get loud about this subject. This isn't about politics. This isn't even about the country. This is about kids all over the world. This is happening. Please pay attention and share this with everyone you know. If you want to see the unedited stuff, it'll be on my Patreon, and it will be on Rumble in a few days. In Patreon, like I said, we demonetize this one. You alone are who's making this possible. So thank you for the support, because if it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be happening.
Great episode.
With that being said, I want to just say, Brian Montgomery, I'm real proud to know you, man. And it was a real honor to have you in here and get this interview and educate the world on what you're doing and how these predators are reaching our kids.
Yeah, you need to get to the point.
And it's an honor to be your friend. Thank you. One last thing. If you did get anything out of this, please take 10 seconds out of your day and go to Spotify and go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review and tell us what you got out of this. That show, man.
Thank you for having me.
It's an honor to have you. So I found a maybe a 30-second short on Instagram, and we'll get into that later, of you exposing, I believe it was a father who was exploiting his daughter in a bathtub. You had hacked in and exploited that. And so I reached out thinking, there's no way in hell this guy's going to give me the time of day, because it doesn't look like you're very active on the gram. And then I got you. So I'm just super excited to be here interviewing you right now. Dude, you are doing amazing things, saving who knows how many kids. You know, I mean, if you think of the impact of what you're doing, you know, and we'll get into it, you'll never know the full impact of how many kids that you've saved by kids smartening up about what they're doing online, parents smartening up about what their kids are doing online, and these pedophiles, you're going to put the fear of God in them.
Oh, for sure.
And so
that's the goal.
There's going to be less of them preying on these kids. So, anyways, we'll get into all that stuff. I just wanted to say how excited I am about this.
Likewise, I'm very excited to be here, and it means the world to me, and especially that the reach that you have, the amount of parents that will be educated based on some of the stuff that we talk about here. That even if we save one kid, it's worth it.
Yes.
Hey, can you?
So let me give you a little bit of an intro here. You're the #1 ranked ethical hacker in the world.
Hey, what's really important is what episode is this on the Sean Ryan Show? So any viewers are going to catch the replay on this, might be able to check this Sean Ryan Show out. This is a very important episode. I clipped the crap out of this about a year or two ago when they first aired it and sent it to Kai and Ruckus and stuff. But this is a very good podcast, man. I think you guys or anybody that's watching this should definitely check this episode out. You guys are going to get some real inside fuck shit on this.
What?
Serial entrepreneur, cybersecurity professional, and now a child safety warrior with your company 561 PC.
Not my 561 PC is not a company. My company is actually Pentester, which is a cybersecurity company, pentester.com. 561 PC is an organization that I created with my friend Dustin Lampros, or Scrappy. He's a professional MMA fighter.
We'll get into that soon. And your goal, protecting children and trying to make South Florida and the world a better place by catching one child predator at a time. That's a damn good goal. You go by 0 Day on Instagram. You're like a modern day vigilante. Just some stuff about your hacking life. 0 Day, code for a discovered security vulnerability with 0 days to fix the flaw. That's the meaning of it. 19 plus years hacking. You're self-taught, no college, no formal education. You claim to have imposter syndrome. You mentor and teach others on how to learn this trade. You've made money from working with Amazon, PayPal, and Facebook. And you say that hacking is the best decision you've ever made in your life. Sometimes you hack up to 10 hours a day.
Yeah, or more. But, working with some of those big companies there would be through bug bounty programs. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I'm not.
That was prior to us starting Pentester.com, which is a cybersecurity platform for small, medium-sized businesses at the moment to make sure that they're safe online, to check for data leaks, to check, where your face, where your identity is being broadcasted all over the internet, which goes, hand in hand with what we're doing with predators. And sorry, got mixed up there.
It's all good. While you're thinking, every guest that comes on the show gets a gift.
Thank you very much. Oh, wow.
There you go. Go ahead, open it up.
Got Vigilance Elite Gummy Bears.
That's right. Made in the USA, legal in all 50 states.
Gummy bear.
Right now.
And wow, how did you find out about this?
We researched you. Wow. So I know you love Ritz cheese crackers. You eat chicken tenders every day at noon at Burger King, and Campbell's soup every night before you go to bed.
I quit the Burger King. And now I'm on to Chick-fil-A at 12:30. I do eat Ritz Bits cheese crackers every single day. Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Actually, I walked 2 miles last night to Walmart. I could have Ubered, but I walked 2 miles last night to Walmart to get one single can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and didn't realize there was a microwave in the hotel room. So I even contemplated putting the metal can on the iron to heat it up, so that I could eat it last night.
You walked 2 miles for a can of Campbell's soup to heat it up on an iron.
For a 99-cent can of Campbell's soup. Yep.
Incredible. Yeah. Well, if you come here again, I'll have that wait in your hotel room for you.
No, it's all right.
But so moving on in the interview, you have a interesting childhood. It sounds like overcoming addiction. I want to get into your childhood, how you got into hacking, some of the stuff we can do to protect ourselves from hackers, what hackers are capable of, and then the second half of the interview, I want to get into all the stuff you're doing, catching these predators. I think that's very interesting. This is going to be one of the most informative interviews I've ever done. But keeping it light right off the bat, how did you get involved with Facebook and Amazon, and who is PayPal?
Okay, so that was actually what I was thinking about prior to you giving me the awesome gifts, what a bug bounty program is. So I don't personally own a bug bounty program, but I work with a team. I have a team of hackers that we all work together on projects. And to do that legally, there's things called bug bounties. So companies like Amazon, Facebook, YouTube, Netflix, all the huge companies out there, they offer a monetary value for a bug or a vulnerability that's found in their site. So what I mean by help protect these large organizations, it is through their bug bounty program. They may not be a direct client of the company, or some of them may be, but can't really talk about that publicly. But yes, I've helped protect all of the above.
So basically, this is like some type of a red cell program where you try to penetrate these big tech companies, and then they basically give you a reward if you reveal how you did it.
Right. So you have to you have to reveal how you did it. So let's say it's a informational bug. An informational bug could be you forgot that a page exists and it shows some of your employees' information. So that may be informational if it doesn't impact anything further than that. Whereas something very critical, like I could get access to your server or all the credit cards or all your clients attached to your company, that would be a critical vulnerability. And these companies are willing to pay depending on the severity of that vulnerability. So Apple, for example, if you were able to take over an iPhone, they'll pay you $1 million for something like that.
They'll pay you $1 million.
Yeah, $1 million for it. They call it a zero-click exploit, meaning I can send you something that you won't even know happened, and I have full access to your phone. $1 million bug bounty.
Have you done that before?
No, I haven't. I haven't personally found any bugs in the new iPhones. But if I did, I'd be sure to report it to Apple.
So if you don't mind me asking, what's the biggest bounty you've collected, and what was it for?
I can't tell you what it was for, but I could tell you how, because there's disclosures and there's non-disclosures. So I can't disclose the company or what the vulnerability was, but it was for over it was $128,000 in credit on a platform. I chose that over the cash.
Really? Mm-hmm. So these are good sized bounties.
Yeah.
How many bounties have you collected?
I don't know. Quite a bit.
100, 200?
But if you combine my team, hundreds.
Hundreds.
Yeah, but that isn't what I focus on anymore. I focus on the cybersecurity business, which is all software, and that's a lot more guaranteed. Whereas bug bounty, there's nothing against people that do bug bounties, but it's not guaranteed revenue or income. It's you have to just keep taking shots at companies trying to find something and hope that you get paid, where there's no stability in that.
Gotcha.
There's bug bounty hunters that make $1 million, $2 million a year, but then the next year maybe they make 10 grand or less, or they spend 6 months on one project and they make $0. It's just not sustainable for me.
Gotcha.
So I started a company with my business partners, Rick, Sean, and Dan. And like I said, it's called pentester.com. It's very simple. You just go to the site, you put in the name of your website, you press scan, and it does a preliminary scan. Tells you what, basically if you have any like low-hanging fruit vulnerabilities and leaks, like passwords associated with your emails or your employees, and you can sign up for an account and do a more invasive scan that will give you a lot more information.
Interesting. Well, let's dive into your childhood.
Sure.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up right outside of West Philadelphia in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. and I lived there most of my life.
What were you into as a kid?
For the most part, I was a normal kid, but after 8th grade or so, or starting 8th grade, I started to meet the wrong people, and I was in the wrong places, doing the wrong things, and I met some people that were on drugs that were a little older than me, and I started to adapt, and I started to go to these. At that time, there was a rave scene in Philadelphia, and I really liked that. I loved going to the raves and doing drugs, and acting like a nut, And I was just a young kid that nobody knew that I never told anybody my age back then. To be honest with you, I was lying to people about my age back then, and those raves turned into getting, doing ecstasy and other types of drugs at the raves. And I found out over time that I didn't really like the raves as much as I liked the drugs. And then I figured out that when I took something to come down from the ecstasy, that I actually liked what I was coming down from the ecstasy with more than I liked the ecstasy.
Really?
And, yeah, which was opiates. And that turned into a bigger problem.
Yeah, that can turn into a massive problem. Did you think you were a full-on addict?
At the time, yeah, I was in full belief that I was a drug addict. I was physically withdrawing from opiates at one point in my life. So yeah, I had every reason to believe that I was. And I don't know how far you want to go into it at this point, but there was a time where I realized that I went through a bad phase as a child, but I do know that addiction exists. I have a lot of it in my family, especially my dad's side, and I did some things to combat that, because of those reasons. But me personally, I haven't used drugs or alcohol in a very long time, since I was a child, pretty much, and no drugs. But I wouldn't say that I'm in recovery either. I kind of moved away from that.
What was the family life like? Good family life? You close with your parents?
So I'm very close with my mom. My grandfather passed away a few years ago, and he was like a father to me. He raised me, the best father I could have asked for. I wouldn't know what a father's like without him. And he passed a few years ago, and it was very rough, but I was blessed to be there. I was with him when he passed, and he had a great life, and it was a great man. My mom is absolutely fantastic, has been supportive with me even at my absolute worst. And I put her through hell. As for my dad, he's been in and out of my life. During this interview, while we speak right now, he is currently in jail for something stupid this time. It was, drinking. I think he had an open container of alcohol and he stole some stuff from Kohl's. But my dad and I have some stepbrothers and sisters that I love, and he, when he's messed up on drugs and alcohol, he's not the best dad. So yeah. we go on and off talking to each other.
So from what I understand, you're a high school dropout.
I am, yeah.
What grade did you drop out?
Going into 10th grade.
Going into 10th grade,
yes.
So you have up to a 9th grade education.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
And you are the #1 ethical hacker in the world. How did you get into hacking?
It kind of just happened because I was very young, and it didn't just happen. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened in between it. But when I was very young, my grandparents had a computer at the house, and I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day, AOL used to send floppy disks in the mail, and they give you a trial. And I remember the shape of the floppy disk, and I remember seeing the front of this desktop that my grandpa, I think he brought it home from work or something back then, and I remember seeing the shape of the floppy disk, and there was a little icon of it on the desktop computer. And I was like, I wonder what would happen if I put this floppy disk in the computer. And I saw the AOL logo from the mail show up on the computer screen. And it blew my mind as a kid. It blew my mind. I was like, how did that just happen?
How old are you?
I'm 29.
No, I mean, how old are you at this time?
I had to have been like 8, 9 years old at that time, maybe.
Okay.
and that blew my mind, and I wanted to know how it worked. From that point on, I just had this obsession with how do computers work? Why did that just come from a piece of cardboard and show up on the screen? And I just kept learning and learning about computers and learning, fixing computers and meeting people, that on the internet through AOL Instant Messenger and other apps. And then I found it actually started with a marketing community at first. People that were doing digital marketing back in the AOL days, so just spamming out massive amount of emails, like millions and millions of emails. But then in that community, there were some hackers, people that were writing automation tools and finding exploits and finding ways to convert on ads better and this and that. And I ran across this one guy who ended up going to prison later for hacking, I believe it was AT&T and a few other major cellular carriers. He stole some prepaid minutes, and back then prepaid minutes were a big deal. So he stole millions of dollars worth of prepaid minutes with his partner in crime, Edwin. Edwin was his partner, and the guy that I'm talking about is Robert Moore, and his hacker name he went by Moore. And he ended up stealing these credits. And Edwin would go to these places all over, the malls and the small cell phone stores, and he would resell these credits for a cheaper price than the carriers would sell them for. So they sold, like I said, a ton of those. And Edwin decided to leave the country. He left the country. He was doing all this fancy stuff, private jets, yachts, hotels, girls, cars, doing it all. While Rob was sitting at home, hacking for this guy. This guy wasn't doing anything but selling the minutes. And then Rob, gets a knock on the door. It's the FBI, and they come in. They seize everything he has. Rob ends up out of all of this, out of millions of dollars worth of sold minutes, Rob ends up with like 20 grand in profit and 2 years in federal prison. And they confiscated all of his stuff, everything that he had. And he gets out of prison. And Edwin's on the run. They finally get Edwin. I believe Edwin got like 10 years or something, which he deserves it, honestly, because he took advantage of Rob in a weak point in Rob's life. He took advantage, and Rob is not meant for federal prison. He ended up there. But yeah, Rob is the person that like I was saying with the instant messenger chats, Rob's the person that motivated me to learn about hacking and spent the time with me and showed me some things, that because there weren't learning sites like TryHackMe or GitHub.com or Stack Overflow or Google. None of that existed back then. So you couldn't look up certain methodologies or hacking or how to do reconnaissance. It didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So Rob gave me some pointers. It's not a cookie cutter thing. Hacking is very broad.
So let's backtrack real quick. How old? So I believe you said you started hacking at 10 years old.
11. Yeah.
11
turning
years old.
11. Yeah, about 11.
So
I would say 11.
At what point are you conversing with Moore?
Probably when I was 11. He might not have known I was 11. But
how did you find him?
Group chats, back in the AIM days.
How does that conversation go? Hey, I'm looking for some hackers to teach me a couple things.
No, I was marketing and interested. I was just active in the communities, and I knew what Rob was capable of. He could do some really cool stuff with a computer, and it was really just asking questions, And Rob and I got along so well, and I actually flew out to see him later in life to Washington State. I stayed with him for a week, but we kicked it off for some reason. I don't know what that reason was. I can't remember that far back, but Rob was the person that helped me at least get started in what I do today.
What were you wanting to hack in at 11?
I think I was more interested in just shutting people's internet connections off, like simple stuff, nothing crazy, and making money, marketing. It's a lot of 11-year-olds would probably not think about selling things on the internet, but I wasn't making a ton of money as a kid. I didn't have rich parents or anything like that, and I wanted to make money ASAP. And I knew that digital marketing, at like the groups that I was in, I was seeing all these people making fortunes selling. One example, we were selling acai weight loss berries, and it was a huge thing back in the day. And there was some affiliate marketers making 30 grand a day doing AOL spams, making millions of emails per day, making 30 grand a day on average. It would blow my mind. And I don't remember every specific about names and what programs they were on, like affiliate programs they were on back then, but I knew I wanted to be involved in that. And I thought that automating it and finding exploits in, in I guess websites or people's computers would enhance my profits, and it did. It definitely. But then all the money that I made there, all the money I made, it all went to drugs and doing dumb stuff. But I wouldn't take it back because I learned a lot. I grew up quick, and there's some benefits there and some things that aren't so good there. But
well, let's stick with childhood hacking. So, at what point in your childhood did you start making money doing this?
Probably 11, 12 years old. I was right into it.
I mean, how much money are we talking?
Couple grand here and there, which is a lot for a kid. Yeah.
That's a lot for a 12-year-old.
It felt like $1 billion to me.
And so, were you always an ethical hacker?
No.
What are some of the things that you've done that you've hacked into? What's one of the... Give us some examples.
So, I guess depends on what you want to know. Like people or organizations or both.
Let's go into all of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm limited by what I could say here. I know there's a statute of limitations. I'm sure I'd be fine, but there's some things that I regret that I would take back. But well, there is one thing out there that's public. There's a rap song that mentions me about, are you familiar with crypto mining?
Yes.
Okay, so I hacked a ton of computers. I had a method. I won't explain the method because it still could work today, where I could infect computers with malware. And a lot of people that infect computers with malware, which is just people, if you don't know what malware is, it comes in various forms, but the type that I'm talking about is called a remote access Trojan. And that's like the equivalent of me standing in front of your computer with full access to it, and I can look through your webcam, I can control your keyboard, your mouse, look at your screen, do anything I want without you knowing that I'm there. And I infected a ton of computers, and instead of having the remote access Trojan functionality where I could I could take control of these computers, I decided to do crypto mining. So at that time it was just Bitcoin and Litecoin, and I had quite a bit of infected computers mining at all times. The thing that I did that was, if you could say nice, was that when the computer was idle, it would use 100% of the processor and the graphics card to mine the coins. And when the computer was in use, it would only use 20%. So they wouldn't, have a horrible experience with their computer just being bogged down the entire time. But that was, I guess, when Bitcoin started around that time.
So you had hacked into how many computers? 100?
Thousands.
Thousands
tens
of
of
computers?
thousands. Yeah, probably tens of thousands.
And so all of these tens of thousands of computers are mining.
What you think about it so far?
Nothing that most people don't really know about hackers so far.
Actually, this is kind of it's a duplicate story of most name developers.
People's beginners, yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty much.
About this year.
Bill Gates, when he was in school, we're not talking about high school, or I think it was either freshman year of high school or just before. It might have been the ending of middle school. That's how he ended up getting started, was by basically breaking into their library system for computer credits to be able to be on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's like how he got started into it.
It gets better later down the episode.
Cryptocurrency and going into your account?
They were going into a pool. So pooled mining is a lot of people mining together, and then all of the like whoever's putting in the most, like I guess the reward is split based upon the contribution. So if you're contributing twice as much as me, you'll get twice as much of a profit. So it was all being sent to a specific pool offshores.
Why did that stop?
I have morals, you know, and there was a situation that came up where obviously the bots, you know, if let's say I had to change a pool or something went wrong, they had to be updated across the board, you know, every single bot would have to be updated to be pointed at a different address. I still had access to be able to do that. And I was in a community at that time with some bad people who wanted to, you know, kind of buy access to my bots. And I wasn't okay with that. And it kind of lined up perfectly with another business opportunity that I had in life where I kind of just said, you know what, screw this, I'm done, not taking the risk. You know, if I get in trouble with what they call a botnet, if I get in trouble with this botnet, I'm doing a long time in prison. And it's not worth it to me. I can't get in trouble. And I stopped. I stopped on my own will. I didn't get caught. There was people that knew about it, you know, hackers, they may not have known it was me. Now they know it's me, but at the time they didn't know that it was me. But no, I didn't get caught, and I'm past the statute of limitations. I didn't hurt anybody. Maybe your power bill went up a couple cents, but that's about it. Yeah, that was the extent of that specific hack.
Was that the one that was that the hack that changed you, that turned you into ethical, or was there?
I would say, yeah, I would say, yeah, because around that time I switched to doing cybersecurity and starting the other businesses that you know we're going to talk about. I would say, yeah. I never really thought of it till now, but I would say that's when I became an ethical hacker rather than a gray hat or a black hat hacker.
What is a gray hat hacker?
Gray hat is in between. So somebody that, like, for example, if I went to your website, I hacked your website and I sent you an email and said, hey, I found a vulnerability in your site. You could call, you know, the FBI and say, hey, this guy just hacked my site and I didn't give him permission. Or you could say, thank you. You know, that's a gray hat hacker.
And a black hat?
Black hat just, you know, takes over your website, tells you, hey, you better pay me or I'm releasing all your information or deleting your site. And here's all the information about you and your wife and your family and everything, blah, 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 blah. Black hat hackers are, you know, they're kind of ruthless.
So you're in the cryptocurrency business. Being a hacker, or you were, is this the way of the future? Are we going to, what do you think? What's your opinion on this? Yeah. I mean, cybersecurity and keeping yourself protected on the internet is the future. If you're not paying attention to that now, and you're not seeing your browser that's warning you, the TV that's warning you, the constant news, the constant ransomware notices. I mean, if you haven't heard about the active breaches right now on all of these major websites and you're not doing anything about it, you really should start because it is the future and it's only going to get more intense and it's only going to get more dangerous. And everything that you have, like, you know, is attached to the internet. Everything. I mean, unless you live out in the middle of nowhere with no internet connection, and even the power in your house is controlled by a remote switch. You know, like what if I turned off your power for a week and you live out in the middle of nowhere? You really have to take your security seriously. That's just a random thought, but it's a possibility. I'm glad you brought that up, but I actually meant cryptocurrency. What's your opinion on cryptocurrency? Is it here to stay? It's very volatile. Very volatile. I think that Bitcoin's here to stay. Do you? Yeah. Are you all in on Bitcoin?
Can't confirm or deny.
Would you like to see Bitcoin?
I would love to see Bitcoin hit the moon. I mean, it's doing well at this moment. It's around 30 grand. But I would love to see what it was projected to be at in the 100,000s, possibly $1 million a coin.
You think that's possible?
Absolutely. I mean, when I started, it was only, maybe a couple dollars at the most per coin.
Damn. Well, what brought you to South Florida?
I started a marketing company to help people get into drug and alcohol rehab. And for anyone that's familiar with that topic, they're going to think, okay, well, he had a marketing company. He was doing a thing called patient brokering, which is a felony. And I was not doing that. I didn't even know what that was at the time. I just knew I could generate leads from the internet. And I started this company called The Treatment Source, which was just a website. They filled out a survey, and the survey would bring them to a 1-800 number if they had mental health or substance abuse. They changed the term, substance use issues. And I would then send those patients or clients to a drug and alcohol rehab in South Florida. And I was generating a ton of clients and doing really well with the internet marketing campaigns. And one day I get a call from a guy who says he was like, hey, you won't come to Fort Lauderdale Airport right now. And this is like, right when I'm waking up. And I was like, yeah, I will. Like, I was just, he thought I was joking. I called him a couple hours later. I booked my flight, and I was like, hey, I'm at the Fort Lauderdale airport. He didn't believe me. And he picks me up at the airport, and he was blown away that I even showed up there. But, I had just like a week's worth of stuff packed with me. And when I got back to his house, we were talking about, like the rehab business and, the marketing and all the intricacies of the industry. And we became good friends at that point. And I was thinking, well, why don't I start a rehab? Like maybe I could do this myself. If I can generate the business for a rehab, maybe we could do it together. So he was like, yeah, well, I own one now, obviously, because he was one of my customers at that time. And he decided to sell his shares in his rehab and use that to to invest into one with me. And we started a treatment center together. And I decided to move to Florida. So I went back to PA. I put my car on the back of a U-Haul, filled it up with all my stuff, drove down to Florida from Pennsylvania, and never looked back, and started a drug and alcohol and mental health facility.
How old are you at this point?
22.
You started a rehab at age 22?
Yeah, I think I was the youngest owners in the treatment world at that time, yeah.
Wow. So what was your motivation for this? Because you are, from our research, you are all about helping humans.
Yeah. So my motivation was, like I said earlier, that my family, my dad's side specifically, had some serious drug issues. Still dealing with them. I went through some serious drug issues. A lot of friends of mine have gone through drug issues, or still going through drug issues, and I just, maybe I got this from my mom, my grandma, my grandpa, but I just love to help people. I don't know what it is. It makes me happy. And I guess, what would that be? Hospitality. Hospitality has always just been something that makes me happy.
Well, you had some pretty tragic experiences as well, if I remember correctly. Do you want to go into any of those?
Well, there's a lot of them. So are you talking more of the addiction side of things? Or
yeah, you had a couple friends die.
Mm-hmm. So I've had a lot of friends die due to heroin overdose or carfentanil, butyl-fentanyl, acetyl-fentanyl, and all of the different fentanyls that are getting over here and being, put in heroin. And I understand that they chose to use drugs regardless of what was in it, but they definitely weren't planning on dying.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, I lost my Uncle Richie to an overdose. I lost my best friend Ricky Rivas to an overdose, and I was, I'll tell you that story because this is how something else happened. But I got a call from Ricky's parents a couple years back, and they were like, I haven't heard from Ricky since this morning, and do you mind going over there and checking on him? And he was about a 15-minute drive from me, and he wasn't answering my phone calls. And at this time, he wasn't on drugs. He wasn't messing up or anything. He worked for me at the rehab, and we spent every day together. So I go to his condo. I walk in the door, and I look to my left, and I see him in the bathroom, and he had his face up against the vanity, and he was wearing his shorts, and I saw that he had a needle and a spoon, and just it didn't look good. So I ran over and I tried to wake him up, and he wasn't waking up. So I called 911. And I'm running down through the elevator to go to get. I didn't think anything was wrong with him, so I didn't bring Narcan upstairs or anything. Like, Narcan's what saves opiate addicts from overdosing. So I ran to my car, I grabbed that, 911's telling me what to do. I get back to the room, and they told me to take him off the toilet and put him on the floor, and his body was still in the position that it was in when I saw him sitting there, and his face was sideways from being on the vanity, and I'm still in denial at this point. I gave him the Narcan in his leg. I was, giving him CPR like they said to do, and I just, I remember when the cops showed up and the ambulance showed up, they didn't talk to his parents. I did. I told his parents that their son was gone, and which I thought was a little bit ridiculous. I thought that the detective should be the one handling that, especially with how I was, I was crying my eyes out, like he lost my best friend,
No.
Sorry.
I lost my best friend to addiction too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, sorry.
Yeah, my best friend, he was a SEAL. I worked with him at the agency. He experienced a lot of trauma, became addicted to opiates for injuries. Then that just became a, straight addiction. They cut the pills. He went to heroin, and I spent a lot of time trying to get him better. Moved in with me, got him back on his feet, got his family involved, got him into therapy. I mean, I love this motherfucker. We'd been through a lot of shit together. And he was a phenomenal hockey player. And, I used to live in Boca Raton too. And so he lived right by me. And he kept telling me he wanted to start this hockey nonprofit for wounded warriors, and that he was going to get the Panthers to sponsor it. Now, he's one of the smartest human beings I've ever met in my life, even when he was high. But as it got worse and worse, you didn't even, just his appearance, you didn't even want to be around him. He just looked sick. And I was, in the back of my head, I was like, yeah, okay, you're going to get the Panthers on board. Well, I'll be damned. The son of a bitch got the fucking Panthers on board. And I think it was the first NHL team to sponsor a wounded warrior. You had to be a disabled veteran to play on the hockey team.
Okay.
He had somebody helping him. The Panthers called the guy that was helping him to tell him, hey, we're going to do it. We're going to sponsor the team. You got the NHL sponsor. We're going to sponsor the team. That guy went over to tell him, hey, dude, you did it.
Yeah.
And nobody answered the door. And trying to keep my shit together here.
Yeah,
But
I understand.
yeah, he didn't answer the door. Got on a stool to see, on the top part, and there he was, laying on the floor, and
Sorry to hear that, man.
yeah.
I know what it feels like.
I just want you to know I can relate, and I've lost a lot of friends to addiction.
Likewise, that was the first one, obviously, that happened to me, and I found them, and I can't explain that, and you can't bring them back. But what you can do is educate people and try to help more people so that doesn't happen to them. And you can't fix everybody. You can't get it through everybody's head that they need to stop, and it's dangerous, and it's not just heroin and opiates like it used to be. It's it's coke, it's meth, it's painkillers that are pressed, it's Xanax. They all are being cut with fentanyl. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's fact. The number one leading cause of death, 18 to 49 right now, is fentanyl. That's more than car accidents, more than anything else. 18 to 49 years old, fentanyl. So any drug that you're doing, you have to be careful that, not be careful. You have to just try to get away from it or get a testing kit. If you refuse to stop doing drugs, get testing kits, because fentanyl will kill you.
Yeah.
And it's pretty rough. But with the rehab program, around that time, not long before I lost Ricky, I lost another friend, Drew, and my business partner at that time. You know, him and I, we both, you know, were friends with Drew, and I was closer with Ricky, and we decided to start a scholarship program, and it was called. We named it the Drew Badgley Scholarship Program, which was to help people get into drug rehab that didn't have the financial means to pay. And the reason, you know, that's important is because when I was a kid, I didn't have private health insurance or money. So there was no way I was going to a nice facility like one I had or other ones in Florida or other states that are private. The government facilities, you know, they take Medicare, Medicaid, but some of them have 2-3 month waiting lists. Addicts can't wait 2-3 months. You know, they die, and you know, as you know, it could take one bad dose, they're dead.
Yeah.
So having a private facility and somebody that really wants to get clean, it's if they don't have the right insurance or the right money, you have to turn them down. And it just bothered me so much that you can't help somebody that I was in their shoes. You know, I wanted help, or people in my family wanted help and couldn't get it. And I started that scholarship program with my old business partner, and we brought a ton of people in, probably over 100 in the 7 or so years that I was there. It maybe even more than that, but at least 100. And you know, full scholarship. No, not they didn't spend $1, and a lot of them did well. Some of them relapsed. You know, you can't fix everybody, but you know, we turned that after you know, time went on. We adapted to how, you know, the scholarship program. We built programs around that. We built programs around trauma. We built programs around, you know, specifically mental health, specifically co-occurring mental health and substance use disorder, all kinds of different things. And then we branched out till we opened a detox, which was another facility, because at that point we had partial hospitalization, intensive outpatient, and outpatient, but we didn't have detox. So we were sending them to other facilities, and then we would take them. So then we had 2 facilities, and then we realized, okay, well, a lot of our people we were getting are coming from New Jersey or Pennsylvania, New York, Virginia, Massachusetts, up in that area. So we decided to start another facility in New Jersey. And we started, it was called the Shore Detox, but it got changed again. The name of it got changed. And I sold my shares in the rehab about 3 years ago, right around the time that I started to, you know, catch the predators. And I got into the software as a service world and buying software companies and operating them and selling them. So
you are an amazing human being, man.
Thanks.
To do something that has that amount of impact at that young age. I mean, that's just to do it in general is amazing. You know, and you did it at what'd you say, 22?
22, yeah.
That's incredible. You
Thanks.
realize that?
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm still on it. I'm still on the mission. It's not over, you know.
Good for you, man.
There's so much more to come. And one spot that I forgot there was the electronic medical record system that we use, like the same thing you would see at your doctor when they put in notes about you being, you know, at your visit. We used one called, I won't say the name, but we used one, and I got involved with those guys afterwards. And like after I sold my shares, I went right to their office and I set up one of those plastic tables, put my computer in there, even though I wasn't involved at that time in that business. I wanted to work out of their office because I liked the software world. And at that point, I wasn't sure if I was going to do digital marketing or I was going to do cybersecurity or both. But being around them every day, I was like, yeah, I got to do it with them. So I got involved with their businesses, and then we decided together we're going to do a ton of software companies. And that's where we're at now, like I said, with pentester.com and many more. But that's the one that makes the most sense to talk about here today.
Well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive into that.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, everyone. So we didn't really get too far. We got a lot about his life as they're taking their break and everything. What do you guys think about the way he came up so far?
Marketing his rehab fucking facility.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I think he pretty much had a standard beginning. But guys, also, if you want to know more about what was taking place in that video, the episode is actually it's episode 56. Um, the video is a bit old. It's about a year ago, and it's episode 56. And the actual channel is the Sean Ryan Show. So SRS. If you want to check that out, we didn't really get too far just to get into his events when he got into actual ethical hacking for child predators. But if you want to go check that out, yes, you can. It is 4:30 my time, so I know that is 3:30 OG's time, and we are definitely over our 3-hour mark. But we were hoping that we were going to get into it, but we didn't quite reach that mark. So if you do want to check that out, once again, it's the Sean Ryan Show, episode 56. But we're going to call it the end of the show here. Hopefully you guys are actually good. I know
You
it's
got
pretty
any
late.
questions? You got
Pretty late night.
anything about what we watched tonight? You can go to the description. Me and Resla's email is in there, guys. Send us an email. Communicate with us.
Right in the comment section. I read all of you. I read everything.
Can we start interviewing? Can we start interviewing hookers and pole dancers?
I know you damn for sure are not going to get me on the street interviewing any crackheads, hookers, or whatever else.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh damn! I meant on panel, but now that you mention it, yeah, I think we want to get you a microphone and a camera and set you loose.
Well, that's not going to happen, and I'm afraid of what's going to happen if you get some hooker while she's on the job at nighttime to get interviewed.
I'm trying to stay alive.
Damn.
And I'm not padding any hookers' pockets.
Not at all.
So outside of that, guys, if you would like to see more of what we do here, of course, you know it happens every week, same time, of course. And then on top of that, you could be able to reach out to me and OG. Like I said, like OG just said, our email is actually in the description. We do appreciate having this actual discussion. Tell us what you think about the show, as we are already here on I can't believe we are episode 11 already. It feels like we just started this, man. Like literally, like just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, don't it?
It is crazy. Guys, we appreciate you for actually being here, taking time out of your night. We know that you pretty much sleeping. You could have been sleeping, or you could have been watching somewhere else. You just have to hang out with us, so we do appreciate that. If you haven't already and you're in the building, please give us a like and subscribe to OG DoDirty's channel as well as my own. And anything you want to say, OG?
I appreciate everybody that came through. Everybody in the chat, everybody who's going to leave comments, we appreciate y'all. Hey, man, if y'all want us to go longer, if y'all enjoying yourselves overnight, man, let us know. Send us an email, man, so we can make this thing a little bit longer.
All right. That being said, you guys have a good night and a good morning. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace out.